you guys are enjoying your night so far. It's a Friday night. Welcome to Rant and Chill, and we're gonna be chilling. We're going to be talking about BABYMETAL and LOVEBITES. Hopefully, we get a visit from a very chill reactor. Cheesyxyz may show up. It'd be nice. Be really nice. I started this thing where I started reacting to reactors. I think it's funny. It's kind of meta. That's why I laugh about it, because it's like, okay, we react to all these bands, these groups, but who reacts to the reactors? No one does that. It's kind of silly. So that's how it started. It's really goofy. I'm sure it could be kind of weird. Like, why is this guy reacting to me reacting to things? But it's just for the fun of it, and it's just like, hey, I like the same stuff you like, and just kind of sharing the good vibes. That's all what it's about. And I really like the Cheesyxyz's channel. I like what he does. And I heard that he's probably more chill than me, which I could definitely say he is for sure. Now, sometimes I go on rants that some people may not really care for, but sometimes when I do drink, sometimes when it hits hard, it hits hard. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get this started, man. Let's go ahead and get this started. First off, let me share the link out for the show and all that. As I get situated here, how are things going for you on this Friday? Going well? Gonna be talking about BABYMETAL and LOVEBITES. Gonna be talking about how we discovered them, and I'll be sharing how I discovered BABYMETAL and LOVEBITES. I'm curious, how did you discover them? How did you discover those bands? Now, some people have shared their story in the community tab. I'll be sharing some of that as well. All right. Give me one moment here. And I'll crack open another cold one, and we'll get started. All righty. We're good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. So how did you discover BABYMETAL? That's one of the questions we'll be exploring here. It's that, and if you consider yourself a fan, if you think other fans consider you a fan, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's really not tough, actually. But we know there's always that one fan that likes to gatekeep others because of whatever reason, I think it's come from a place of maybe passion, but it's misguided, I think. Anyway, so let's get into this here. So first, so how did I discover BABYMETAL? Well, I discovered this band, this group, like by accident. It was late one night, very late. I was on call. I was working for, at that time, if you followed my other channel, which is essentially a drama channel now, I worked for the state of Texas doing investigation stuff. It may not seem like, oh, well, why is this guy doing investigation? There's a serious mode and there's a playful mode, okay? But it's time to be serious. It's time to be serious. But with that said, so I was on call late in the night, and I needed some music to keep me. I needed some music for my journey that I was going to go on. I was going to go far, and I was going to have not a good time. So I needed music that would help me have a good time. And I was like, I was thinking back to when I used to be more into anime than I am now. I haven't really seen a new series in forever. Like Chainsaw Man, I heard it's really good, but I have not seen it. I haven't even seen really Goblin Slayer other than one episode. I didn't even know there was other seasons of Attack on. That's how behind I am on anime. With the Demon Slayer, that's how behind I am on anime. Okay, I know it's. Anyway, my point is, I used to be a fan of anime a lot more, and would go to anime conventions, and I discovered Japanese metal through that. I think the band. Oh, I'm skipping on the. Like forgetting on the band now. Like Trace something. It doesn't matter. But I was like, okay, let me re-explore that. Oh, there's two bands that I discovered at the time. The other one I'm kind of Exist Trace, I believe is the name of the band. Another one is Duran Gray. Okay, so I was like, let me re-explore Japanese metal. I just pulled up YouTube Red or YouTube Premium. It comes with the music thing, and so I was just like, okay, Japanese metal playlist, radio, whatever. Let's just go. Let's have fun with it. And I started that off. I started driving, and I didn't really know what was playing. You know, it was various things. Sounded kind of nice, sounded kind of cool, and I wanted something that was kind of hard and heavy. Also, kind of sometimes with a little bit of I guess electronic flair. Gotrek Spin came on. I was kind of familiar with them, sort of. I've already kind of known about them. Locked On. I kind of knew about Locked On, sort of, but I didn't really know what it was really. Like I didn't really pay that much attention to it. Anyway, long story short, the song that comes on here is I didn't know what it was at the time. The sound sounded like nothing I've ever heard before. I look on the display on my car. I was like, oh, what is this Babymetal? What is Babymetal? And to give you an idea what was going on, it was Catch Me If You Can, the live version. And the live version of Catch Me If You Can was pumping through my speakers. And if you ever heard that, that's the one, obviously, that the Kami band has this really good intro where everyone's playing their little part there, kind of showing off what they can do, which is really nice stuff. And I was like amazed by it. I loved it instantly. But the first time hearing it, you know, what I heard was a lot of heavy guitars, each one having their solo, then a bass solo, the crowd cheering, and then a drum solo. I was like, oh my God, what is this? What am I about to listen to? I was not prepared for what happened next. I was not prepared for the sound of like Japanese girls, like as if like, I don't know, it kind of reminded me, if you ever seen, was it Mr. Show? Mr. Show, I believe it was a show back in the 90s or whatever. They had like Bad News Breakers or whatever. They used like the idea of the skit, they used like these cute, adorable like Japanese girls to kind of break bad news to people because it's like, they're so adorable. But what I'm saying is, hearing these adorable voices come on and be like, yeah, well, you know, it's like, oh my God, what is going on here? This is so weird. It's like, I can't even comprehend. Oh man, instantly I was won by that. I liked the infusion. I can understand how some people could be put off by it if they're not like already prepared. Like I already kind of knew, at least familiar with that voice. Like I've watched Japanese animation for a good while, and I was familiar with some Japanese bands, so I wasn't caught off by surprise. Well, I was caught off by surprise, but I wasn't like turned away from that sound. If anything, I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. This is what I need. What is this Babymetal? Okay. And after that song played, it was like, okay, I need to find more. You know, what's going to be the next one? The next song that played was, well, first of all, I kept going back to it to re-listen to it. I was like, oh my God, like it sounds so cool. But then the next one was Give Me Chocolate, which, you know, I guess some fans say is not their favorite anymore, but For me, it's still there's still a place for it. Like, it's one of the first songs I've listened to, one of the early songs that got me into baby metal, and I still have a place for it, and I guess in my heart, and yeah, I think it was really good. Uh, I think one thing that grabbed me for that song too is I was very familiar with the series called, or anime series called, Serial Experiment Lane. I believe, like, series Experiment Lane. I'm not sure. It's the one where this Japanese girl gets like a computer or whatever. It's kind of this weird merge between internet and reality. It was really ahead of its time, honestly. It got a lot of things right. And now that I think about it, wow, it was really ahead of its time. Uh, but there's a voice, there's like an effect in that anime, that the "Give Me Chocolate," the intro, that "Give Me Chocolate," that thing, it kind of reminded me of that. It was kind of cool. So I was like, oh man, what is this? Is that a reference to the anime? I'm pretty sure it is, and I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't read anywhere with an interview with Koga, but I'm pretty sure that was a reference to that. Homage, so to speak, I guess. All right, I'll share some more of my story, and then I'll read some stories in the community tab, and then later on, hopefully, Cheesyxyz comes on. I'm lighting up a cigar right now. All right. It's a Rocky Battelle 25th anniversary. It's cheap. You get them in a bundle. It's cheap. It's not bad though. It's hold on. Alrighty. Well, that took a little bit of a minute. That took a little bit of a minute. It did. I have kids. I had to tuck them to sleep. All right. All right. My wife is out of town to spend time with her sister. So, gotta take on dad responsibilities at times. Anyway. The problem with that interruption is I lose the groove, But anyway, let me light this cigar, check the chat for if anyone's here talking. So, yeah, we're talking about Babymetal and LOVEBITES. We'll cover both bands. And talk about how did you discover them? The song that the song that won you over, is it still your favorite song? If it's still your favorite? Like, for example, the song that got me into LOVEBITES, like the first song I heard of theirs, that was it. It was like I was won over. Okay? I was sold. The first song was Catch Me If You Can, the live version, which is a great version. Like, if you're going to listen to Catch Me If You Can, it's going to be the live version, I think that's going to be something that's very common when it comes to Babymetal and LOVEBITES. It's like the live versions are better. They're just better. I guess something about the studio mix, but then again, of course, the preference. I know we all have the preferences, but the studio mix, it's like a live mix. Oh, okay, much better. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about Babymetal here. Let me check Discord. Okay. I'm going to... one thing else I'll do tonight is, if you guys are familiar with Discord, you guys can hop into the VC. It's a drama-free Discord, and I do mean that. If you're aware of my previous channel or my other channel, I know I have some drama. I used to cover internet drama, but this Discord is just drama-free. I swear. That sounds suspect, doesn't it? It doesn't help that I'm wearing all black and sunglasses indoors. Oh, yeah, I look real shady. I look real greasy. But, it's part of the look. Anyway. So, yeah, for me, the song I initially heard won me over, and it's still a song that I really enjoy. Catch Me If You Can. Like I said, the other one after that was Give Me Chocolate, which I still really, really like. And then after that was Headbanger. I was like, man. And when I listened to Headbanger, I was like, oh, my God. Like... I can't believe this exists. This is so amazing. Oh. I was like, where have you been? Where have you been this whole time? But yeah, that's how I discovered Babymetal, man. It's been a good ride. I think I've been a fan. I would consider myself a fan for about 4 years. I guess initially when I discovered them, I guess you could say I was like how do you guys feel about like fan status? Some people are very particular about that. To me, if you enjoy the band and if you listen to a good majority of their stuff and you really like it, then you're a fan. Okay? If you have if you only like a few of their songs, you're still a fan. If you like one of their songs, aren't you still a fan in a way? Maybe not that much of a fan, but kind of a fan. I think there is. Well, I guess there is an argument to be made about those that are like more of a fan than others. But as long as you like the band and you actively listen to their stuff, I would say you're a fan. You're definitely a fan for sure. And I think after discovering them, I've been listening to Babymetal. It's been in my music rotation since then for about going on 4 years now. Like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. So, yeah. I discovered them in like 2019. And since then, I've been listening to them. And I've learned a lot of stuff along the way. Um, like I've I didn't realize like how deep the lore goes when it comes to baby metal. Like, it really, it actually informed me a lot about how groups are formed in Japan, especially a group like this. So, as you know, if you're a baby metal fan, which I assume you are, um, it's not, it's the group is not formed like you would imagine like a band in the West. Okay, it's not like a group of people got together in a garage and started playing, and they liked what they were hearing, no, it was nothing like that. If anything, these girls, Sue, Moa, and Yui, were in a school that I guess had a program that specialized in I guess singing, dancing, like talent, and I guess that's how they do things in Japan, where the school has, where I guess scouts will go to that school to look for potential, I guess, J-pop stars or idols, as they would call them, and they saw Sue, Moa, and Yui, and I'm not exactly sure in what order. I think it was Sue first, but. And they initially, I think they weren't really, like, the whole baby metal thing started off as like a side unit into like this main J-pop unit. So it gets pretty deep. Like, you look into it, it's you could say that doesn't sound like an organic formation. Well, it's as organic as J-pop is, which it's like, okay, the girls are taught, or the girls and the boys are taught at a very early age how to sing, how to dance. It's like Disney school, I guess, or the Disney Club for kids. They had that thing, right? Yeah. So I guess it's kind of like that in a way. So yeah, it didn't start off. So I learned organically, like some bands do. So I learned a lot about that process. I learned that the Kami band that I first heard, that was my initial reaction, right? Initial exposure to baby metal was through the live version of Catch Me If You Can. So I thought the Kami band, or the band, was part of it, and it is, but it's not though. It's like it's a separate thing. Of course, it's part of it. Don't get me wrong there, but it's like. And I hate to say this, and I think when we get into some of the stories here, where other people's, I guess, other worries about baby metal, it might be repeated, is that the Kami band could be replaced tomorrow, and while some fans would be upset about it, they would still perform. In fact, if you think about the Kami band members, they're seasonal guys. They're seasonal musicians. Like, they do rotate. They're on rotation. And I said this before, and some people have some feelings about it, and it's fine. I understand. It is what it is, though. It's not so much. The importance is not so much the member that's playing. It's more, are they playing? Is there someone there that could play? I mean, at the point now, the Kami band, they wear masks. Okay? So now you don't even get to see their face anymore. So it's like, okay. And it's like they're getting pushed more and more into the background. During the Budokan event, I was like, where are they? Oh, there they are. And I was like, oh, wait, they look different. They look American. Oh, yeah, they're American now. Kami band West. There is some worry that the Kami band could actually be kind of, I guess, pushed away. I'm not sure. It's like just distanced away for some reason. I really hope they don't decide to go without like any sort of supporting band for live shows, because like the supporting band in the background during live shows, and they actually do play their instruments, and like you can hear it. I mean, the songs sound a lot better live. They sound so good. It's I hope they don't get to distance from that. Like they can't. That'd be a horrible decision. I mean, if Koga decides to do that, that'd be so dumb. That'd be the dumbest thing he could do. Those were the OG band at Budokan. That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. They talk about the 2021. No, I don't believe so. I mean, maybe I was misinformed. But I think there's images that some of them were the Kami Band West guys. So, not sure about that. Wait, then again, is which Budokan are we talking about? I think they performed there how many times? Like twice? Anyway. So we'll take a look at the chat here. But Marty Metal is normally very, very informative. Nothing is set in stone with BABYMETAL. That's right. Nothing is set in stone. That's for sure. Only the Fox God knows, right? That's what they say. Oh, let me put this chat box on the screen. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. Going for a more 90s PC look, by the way. Why do I have it right there? Oh, that's garbage. Look at that. Look at that. I have it twice? Why do I have the chat twice? This is garbage. Let's get that off the screen. Oh, that's the alert box. Oh, let me take care of something real fast. Anyway, and we'll get into I asked a question to the community. We'll get into that in a second here. The Marty Metal is confident that it is the OG Kami at 2021. All right. Well, if that's the original Kami band, why were they wearing masks? Why wear masks? Oh man, that's horrible. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to them? Is it to save time on makeup? I mean, the makeup can't take up that much time. That would be so dumb. It can't be that. It's most definitely not that. That would be so dumb. All right, we're going to fix it real fast. We're going to fix this. All right, that's better. But that's gonna do if there's like an alert or something, like someone's subscribe or donation, whatever. It'll just pop up on the screen or whatever, like that. All right, let's test that out. Okay. Anyway, set that aside. Let's get into the community stuff. Let's get into that real fast. They wore masks in 2019, 2021. They dressed as skeletons, Baby Bones. Well, the Baby Bone band wasn't really the Kami band, and they didn't actually play instruments. They were faking it. They were complete. Yeah, they weren't playing anything. But yeah, I mean they had the Kami band would have like the white makeup and the robes and stuff, and then would go with the dark robes. There are two bands at the same time on stage in the Galaxy DVD, right? The Japanese plus the U.S. Yeah, and that's the thing too. The Kami band West, they're guys from the U.S. They're guys from what's Galactic Empire, which is a strange band. They're I don't know how that band could even really exist without with Disney existing. But if you like Star Wars a lot and you like metal and you just have a sense of humor or whatever, check it out. Galactic Empire, it's pretty good stuff. It's kind of old stuff, but it's pretty fun. Our Kami band was they look like ghosts, like from The Ring. I can see that. I mean that's also, I mean The Ring is based off of like Japanese folklore. I guess when it comes to ghosts and horror and stuff. The whole idea, the kami band, the god band. So each member is like the god of that instrument. So Bo would be like the god of bass, which he pretty much is the god of bass. So anyway, but that goes into more that I learned about baby metal that I never thought I was going to learn about it. Okay, we'll get into the comment section, or the community section. But first, let me finish this real fast. There's something else I wanted to say before I get there. Is the other question I asked is, I'm going to ask you guys, being a fan of baby metal, is there something that you've like that you don't really like about them? And this raises all sorts of things, or you could probably be dogpiled on. And I think we could be respectful. I mean, if someone were to say maybe they don't like the comic band, or maybe they don't like how the comic band's being treated. They feel like it's like, not good, kind of weird. I would say, yeah, it seems kind of weird just to kind of push them off. I'll tell you this way. One thing I don't really understand, I don't really like what's going on, is the third member. So Yui hasn't been replaced. And I know some fans are like, she can never be replaced. Okay, well, the reality is, if you follow J-pop groups, they get replaced all the time. So, I mean, it's not like she's being replaced. She'll be remembered, but it's like, okay, let's bring on someone else who could offer that third voice, another backing voice to Sue. But we don't get that. We have Moa, which is great, but then you have that third person who is like, it could change out. There's like, I think it was 2 or 3, like Avengers, they call them Avengers, that could be swapped out. And some are kind of argue which one's better over the other. They both look like they're lip singing. I mean, I don't think they're actually singing. They both, well, I think it would be better if they just had one and just chose one, and because it kind of it gives the impression that like there's not a lot of confidence with it with baby metal. It gives me that impression that they don't think there's a lot of confidence in it. They're not very confident in the project, which is strange because it seems to be doing really well. I've been showing how it's doing in the ratings. It's doing fine. I mean, it's doing great. They've already sold out. They sold out their live their concerts, and they haven't even. Those are like pre-sale tickets. They sold out on pre-sale. Okay, all right. So there's a lot of support for this. I just don't understand why they don't have a third member. The third member seems to be the chubby one. Yes, but she also gets replaced though. That's the Avenger. They call. See, you look into it, it's like, oh, what? The Baby Metal Avengers or whatever. It's like, but is Iron Man playing along with him? As Black Widow? Is there a Japanese version of Black Widow that'll be on stage? That wouldn't be bad. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. The girls have confidence. I'm saying that it's weird that the management doesn't like go, let's get some consistency, If it's an issue of scheduling, like scheduling conflict, then I guess do what you got to do to be like, look, are you going to be secure for this gig? Are you going to be here for this gig? Are you going to be able to tour with us? Because, like, what if, God forbid, what if something happened to Moa? Like I said, God forbid, or whoever you believe in, higher power or no power. If you're an atheist, then just, I don't know. But what if something were to happen to Moa? Would they then, because baby metal would still go on. What they would do, there would be a moment of pause and reflection, and to mourn the loss. It would be devastating, but it's not like they wouldn't continue. And I know some people would be like, "Oh no, they would stop." Have you seen how like these J-pop groups go? I mean, they don't just stop. Like if it's making money, they're going to continue, and they will continue. That's the reality. What I'm saying is, in that event, like, would they find another girl, or would it just be like, all right, Sue, it's on your own, or we're just gonna get backup dancers? It also, if you look at it this way, it kind of brings the question: what did they think of Yui then? If it actually seems like to be an insult to what Yui offered to BABYMETAL by not getting another voice to be another backup voice for Sue. It's kind of like, okay, then what was the point? You know, because the chubby one, as the chat mentioned, I mean, she's lip singing. She's not singing. I don't think she's singing. They have very little in common in J-pop groups. They have a lot common in formation. They have a lot common in formation and management. That's where they're common. Where they're very common, and it's from the origins of BABYMETAL, and the origins of BABYMETAL is J-pop. It started off as a unit, as a subunit for a J-pop group, but then it was like, let's combine metal and this. You know what? They didn't even use live instruments when they first played. You know, it was. In fact, you know what's interesting? Like, even the Kami band. That's another thing I don't really like so much about BABYMETAL is that, you know, the Kami band, when I was first introduced to BABYMETAL, I thought they played like they made the music, like they created it. No. It's all in-house. It's all produced by like Koga and a few guys, and you'll see them. You'll see them there. That's like credit for the arrangements and stuff. It's like very like UP Metal's one. Rayo Metal's one. Oh man, there's a few others, but it's all in house. It's all in house. So that's interesting. So I guess they just make sure that the people who are going to support them can play the songs, and then all right, there you go. She doesn't have a mic. Yeah, Koba has a team. Koba does have a team. All right. So let's take a look at the community section here. Oh, the other thing I didn't like, I don't really like about BABYMETAL. It's not about BABYMETAL. It's about kind of like. I know Marty was saying that it don't really have that much in common with J-pop, but this has to go with the origins, or like this isn't really about BABYMETAL. I'll reserve that. It's about have you ever seen the anime Perfect Blue? Have you ever seen the anime Perfect Blue? Like, to bring it up again. So the girls, Sue, Moa, and Yui, were very young, very, very, very young. They were little girls in school. In the school, they were focusing on part of what they did was sing and dance. And talent agencies would go out to, to see these girls to try to see if they are, essentially going to be good enough to make them money, good enough to be an idol. And it's kind of like through that process, I'm not saying this happened to Sue or Moa, but we know it does happen, where when you have like adults, it doesn't have to be men, but adult men, with the younger population that could easily be coerced and manipulated in many ways. It is. If someone wanted to be pervy, it is the place to be pervy and get away with it, But that has nothing to do with BABYMETAL. That's a bigger thing that altogether. That's about, like, I guess, the seedy nature of not just the J-pop industry, but also K-pop and even American pop. I mean, look at the Disney stars. Okay, the Disney kids. Yeah, they didn't fare too well. Oh, okay. Anyway. All right, let's take a look at the community here on Babymetal. Alrighty. I'll refresh this page. Hopefully Cheesy will be able to hop in sometime, or we good. I'll take a look at my email real fast, see if there's any. Okay. All right. So there's a couple of comments here. I'll just read a few. All right. Starting with down the order here. I'm horrible with names here. Jeff Schriffles says, I discovered them. This is a reference to Babymetal, how you discovered Babymetal. He goes, I discovered them by accident in 2014. Then didn't pay much attention until 2017. Then I was introduced to them again by a coworker. The first song was probably Karate. It's not my favorite now, but it is still an awesome song. Karate is a great song. That was a good song to start off with. That's the one I would start off with as well. What I like the most about Babymetal is that they never bore me. The same song over and over again. It's always interesting seeing what's coming next. Spot on, right on. You know, a Babymetal album, like, there's not one song that sounds the same. Like, they sound different. They really do. The closest thing you could probably say is maybe Da Da Dance and Papa Yaw, but they don't sound the same. You know, one's a lot more EDM and one's a lot more dance focused. Sure, Papa Yaw's very pop, very, very catchy, but it's not Da Da Ya, you know. I mean, let me tell you guys. I know we're Babymetal fans, so there's a bias there, but can you name a couple of Babymetal songs that sound the same, like copy and paste? Like they're just copy and pasted. There's one song I'm thinking of. If you can find it, if you know it, let me know in the chat. That actually uses the same guitar riff, but it's not the same song. In fact, it's so distant, so different that you may not even notice. Anyway, the comment goes on. One thing I don't like is that almost completely ignore the existence of the commie band. It's only gotten worse with the masks and hiding them in the shadows. I'm sure they get along in real life, but it doesn't likely bother the actual commie band members. But it would be nice to see occasional acknowledgement on stage. I get that sentiment, especially as of late. It seems like they're not really getting respect. But it's also been a while since we've seen them really play live. The last time they played live was at Budokan 2021, and the commie band was there. Sure, they were in masks. I mean, they did the solos for certain songs, and but they were there. They were there. So it's not like the girls in the band ever really like high-fived each other or had much interaction, right? The girls are the main focus. The band's like support. And that's how it's been since the introduction of Commie Band. Now, as far as it not having well, I mean, there's some consistency with the members. They swap out. They're session guys. They're going to swap out if they have an issue, a conflict, a scheduling conflict. But they have. But even if they do swap, they have someone who's going to know how to play, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, but I get that. You know, let's see what happens in these upcoming shows. Because in these upcoming Babymetal shows, I am certain you're going to see the Commie Band. If they don't have the Commie Band, it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be disappointing. And I don't think Koba wants to disappoint the fans. Like he knows. He has to know. He sees it. He has to pay attention. I'm sure he pays attention to not this live stream, but what people say on Twitter and comments like this. They know. Yeah. There's a good chunk of the fans that love the Kami band too. And they like seeing him. They like seeing him play, man. Is that Ninja Gaiden? Yeah, it's Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Gaiden. A new era starts in just a few hours. Oh, okay. Let's see. And like a new era of like Babymetal. There's another drop. Let's see. Let's look at this other comment here from Isaiah Smith. Says Matt from Our Last Night mentioned them in a video on their channel, so I looked them up, watched Give Me Chocolate. Honestly, I like their instrumentation and the vocals. The clean poppy vocals by the girls is a nice contrast to the screams. Nice contrast to the screams. Well, okay, with Give Me Chocolate. Yeah. Wait, is there screaming Give Me Chocolate? I you know what? I know there's the backing voice, that deep voice. Okay, yeah, okay. But I'm also thinking of Catch Me If You Can. There's that as well. Sometimes there is that deep voice in the background. But yeah, okay, that's cool. So he discovered him from another reactor. That's cool. Oh, the concert starts in a few hours. Well, you know, we can't stream snipe that because that would be illegal, you know. But I'm sure we're gonna get all sorts of comments from those that have seen it. Pay attention to the I guess Babymetal Reddit, and also to what happens on YouTube. I'm guaranteeing someone's gonna try to post the concert on YouTube. It will be removed. Any reactor that touches that is playing with fire and really just getting into something grimy that they probably shouldn't do anyway. I made that mistake with Nemophila playing a Whiskey A Go-Go. I was caught in the fever of it. I had a fever for Nemophila, and I wanted to see them live. I wasn't there. I wasn't going to go out to California to see them. Maybe if I had made arrangements beforehand, but long story short, I was like, yeah, looking back, that was not a good thing. And yeah, I always said this, doing reactions, it's like I'm at the mercy of the band. And if I do something that's like live footage of a concert that's happening in the moment, a very recent, it's like, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Okay. Let's get a few more comments here. Oh, look, here's Marty Metal. There's Marty Metal. Marty Metal. I guess I could put this on the screen too, that people could see it a little bit, so you know what I'm looking at. Oh, let's do that. Let's use this. Oh, I have to customize some of it because it's not really customized fully yet. Anyway, so the comment goes like this. I was searching YouTube for a reason to live. Okay, wait, this is serious. That's I mean, all right. I guess it's a little better, I suppose. Let me read this. I will share this. I mean, it was posted. Marty Metals said in the community post that he was searching on YouTube for a reason to live, and in the recommendations on the right side of the screen, after watching a classic video of Judas Priest, or JP for Judas Priest, was a cover of the School of Rock Kids. Then in the recommendations, there was a show where Rob Halford was performing two of his classics with some weird-looking band from Japan called Babymetal. I was so intrigued. I followed every recommendation for several days until I realized I think I love this band. So back to the beginning, after Rob and these Japanese munchkins tore through Painkiller, Breaking the Law, the recommendation offered a fan cam video of Babymetal doing these two Judas Priest classics without Rob. And that's right, Sue's 19th birthday with Chad Metal and Birthday Cake. And then came GC, Give Me Chocolate, I believe. Give Me Chocolate on Stephen Colbert show. So nowadays, Give Me Chocolate is pretty low on my Babymetal list, and I would love to hear Sue sing Painkiller nowadays, the whole song. But my top songs these days are From Dusk Till Dawn and Shine, Kaguru, Rondo. But those new songs are creeping so close to the top, I might have a whole new top 10 after the album drops. That is a good share. That was a really good share. And thanks for being honest and a little vulnerable there. With that, I have to ask him, with the 3 songs we have so far on Metal Kingdom of the other one. I mean, I know we have 3, but what order would you place them? Would it be Metal Kingdom, Divine Attack, Monochrome? Or would it be Divine Attack, Metal Kingdom, and Monochrome? I'm kind of curious how you would place those 3 songs. So, but yeah, that was a pretty deep one. Pretty deep one. Let's see. I'm gonna message Cheesy, see if he's available now. Let's see. One second. All right. Now we'll share one more, and then we'll switch gears into Love Bites. Okay. All right. One more from this. Okay, we'll do this one. Oh, this one is long. Toshiro hits. Okay, hold on. I'm bad. Toshiro Hitsugaya. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Toshiro Hitsugaya. It goes, my comment is very long, so I hope it doesn't bore you with so much and I can go live. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to read you live and bore you. This is Rant and Chill. A lot of people say I'm boring anyway, that my voice puts them to sleep. So I hope you're ready. Do you need the sleep aid? Here you go. It goes on. The first time I listened to Babymetal was at the end of 2016, thanks to a friend who taught me the song Karate of Metal Resistance. And I listened to very few songs. Ein, IDZ, Amor, Awadama Fever. That's a really good one. I like that. Are the ones I remember from that year. After that, I literally spent 4 years without knowing about Babymetal until at the end of 2020. When Bring Me the Horizon released a song in collaboration with Babymetal, the YouTube algorithm showed me a live pro shot of Onodare Daisakusen, and I literally watched that video for 1 hour. That's a good one to watch for an hour. YouTube kept recommending Babymetal songs to me until I saw a trailer for the concert in Tokyo Dome. So I looked for it, and my mind hallucinated. I spent time learning more about the band and its history until I realized that Yui Metal had left the band in 2018. That added to other problems that I had at that time made me have what I considered to be the biggest depression of my life. November, December, and January were very difficult months for me, and they got worse. When I heard Starlight, I realized the story behind the song. They were very complicated months, and it can practically be said that Babymetal was partially the cause of the Great Depression. Although it also helped me a lot to overcome it. Today I have all their concerts, albums, and not a day goes by that I don't listen to their songs on the way to university, work, and when I need to forget my worries. That's another really deep story. It was good for sharing. So I'm, you know, if this person was live, like in a VC in the voice chat, I want to talk to him about that. Not to be a shock jock about it or anything, but just curious, like in what ways was it the cause, and how did it help them, and all that. So that was Baby Metal. That was a Baby Metal segment there. I guess we'll shift gears to. Oh wait, Cheesy might be good. Let's see. Let me see if he's in the. Let me check something. I'm going to. We didn't have a chance to test out technical difficulties before he comes on. I'm going to invite him to the VC. He's in the Discord. Okay, well, we're doing it live. We're doing it in the moment. We're doing it live. That's good. You know, resolving technical issues live on air. Monochrome, Metal Kingdom, then Divine Attack. That's a good order. I like that order. Monochrome and Metal Kingdom were definitely higher on the list than Divine Attack. Though I kind of flip-flop on Metal Kingdom and Monochrome, depending on how I feel. Metal Kingdom has some really the cinematic feel of Metal Kingdom is just so powerful. Monochrome, though, still that catchy guitar riff, oh my god, it's so good. It's something you can hum to, man. It's something that after you listen to it, oh, okay. All right, let's see if you hear me. We'll test it live in the moment.
Welcome. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, Jeezy, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're coming in. Let me pump you up a little bit. All right, now say something real fast.
Yep. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You are coming
Testing.
in.
1, 2.
Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, so what I'll do, since you can't see me, do you have a webcam or no webcam? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got it set up. Let me see.
You got it set up?
Do you see it?
I do. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, on the stream, I'm going to cut off my video feed, and I'm going to use so that Discord can use my webcam. That way it's not awkward, because I can see Cheesy, but he can't see me, and it's kind of weird, right? It's like, So let me do that real fast. Let's use this. 1 second.
What's up, everyone?
All right, give me one moment here.
I guess I can pull up. Let me pull up your stream.
Oh yeah, and if you do, just make
so
sure
I can see the chat.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. All right.
Turn the audio off on it. Yep.
That's good. That's good. All right, and I'll put the Discord our conversation on the screen. Let me change my video here. Alrighty, there we go. How's it going, man?
How's it going?
I like your lighting. we both have you got the really blue chill lighting, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I've debated because I can change the colors on it. So yeah. I debated on it, and blue's kind of, I wouldn't say it's my favorite color, but it's pretty chill.
It is chill. It's really chill. I like it, man.
I appreciate it.
So okay, let's start this from the beginning. So I was talking about Babymetal. I was asking the question, like, asking the chat really, how did you discover Babymetal? What was the song that got you into it? Do you still like that same song and all that? Before we get into that though, so can we get a brief introduction as to who you are and what you do and all that?
Yep. So my name's Cheesy. Otherwise, it's I'm new to the whole YouTube gang. I used to watch other reactors. I didn't like how they were doing it, so I thought, hey, why not do it? I didn't know for sure I was gonna do reacting, or if I was gonna do just rock news or country news or metal news. I didn't know, and I just decided on reactions. So that's what led me here. And then just my background, I was in a band. I was in a metal band, kind of like hard rock metal.
Okay.
So I was the singer. I was the like rhythm guitarist. I can never play lead, but I understand a lot of it, and I understand like the concept of making music and how difficult it can be sometimes, and the difficulty of the recording process also. But that's kind of my background.
Oh, that's pretty cool. See, that's really nice to know. So you
How yourself?
so you watched reactors, but you didn't like how they were doing it. I'm curious. Like, where were they messing up? What could they use?
Um, they're mainly like over the top,
Oh,
and
okay.
I didn't feel like it was a true reaction. When I listen to a song, I'm not like jumping
Oh,
up
like
and
oh
down,
my
going all
god, I
crazy.
can't believe it. That's the best thing ever. Oh my god, like that.
Exactly, exactly. When I first listen to a song, I'm listening to it. So
It's
yeah, the
like,
over the top reactions is just insane.
yeah, yeah. You know what though? That inspires me. I'm gonna do one over the top reaction to. I have to have a. I'm gonna get a replacement microphone before I do that because it's gonna be. I'm gonna end up breaking it. Okay, it's gonna be so crazy.
Right, right.
But it has to be. It has to be paired with a song that's like. It has to be like the most chill and calm song ever, and I'll have to be reacting as if like it's the most hardcore thing ever.
Just
Yeah, yeah,
and you gotta throw these off.
yeah. Oh man. Okay. So and you were in a band too. I like that. There's a lot of reactors I noticed were like have been musicians in the past and stuff, and it's like okay. And as a reactor, I don't really have much there. I was in a couple garage bands, where we really make it out anywhere. Okay. But my background is just like I like Japanese music, and I was like into anime a little bit, and there was that kind of that thing there. So as someone who is a musician though, but you could look at these songs and kind of see it in and be kind of like more informative on your commentary.
Yeah, it's kind of like a different view, I guess. As like a average listener, I don't even want to say average because even average listeners pick out little different things, and they have a piece of that song that really sticks out to them. Same thing for me. It's just how difficult is that going to do? How difficult is that going to be to play live?
Right.
Or like, along with stage presence and moving around, and it's just, you know, and then like different octaves and stuff like that. It
Okay.
just adds a whole nother feel.
Okay. Well, let me get into this. So, how did you discover baby metal? How did that happen for you?
So being a reactor, as you know, you get comments and they suggest certain songs. And so I was mainly doing, let's see, I'm really new to the Japanese scene. Um, I was never really a fan of the anime. I guess as anime as it got was, Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, because
Yeah,
that's what I watched
DBZ.
when I grew up.
Yeah.
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 So
I mean, you
that's about
probably
as anime as I get.
you probably know Cowboy Bebop too. I mean, have you seen Cowboy Bebop?
No,
Oh, I'm
no.
surprised.
I've heard
Okay.
of it, but I've never
Okay.
watched it.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. I used to sell it. There was a time I used. I've done many things, but for a short time I sold it online. It was at a short business called
Okay.
Anime City. It was back when
Now, what
DVDs.
can you sell?
It was anime DVDs back when before streaming services
Okay.
were a thing, and that was the problem with that is piracy was so rampant, and it was kind of dumb. Like who would spend like $30 on a DVD? But that was kind of like the price. If you go to like a store like Suncoast or anime stores in the mall or whatever, video stores, it was really expensive to get some anime. Like, it would just bring your bank.
Remember, it was such a bad thing. Remember Livewire?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
not Livewire, LimeWire.
LimeWire. Yeah, I remember that, dude.
Yeah.
I was downloading things left and right. Come arrest me. All right. I had. We all did, though. We were all criminals, smooth criminals. Okay, you'd be lying if you said you didn't.
My parents' computer got so many viruses from LimeWire.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
I'd always feel bad.
You know, but that was, and we didn't learn our lesson. You just
That's how we got around.
You go back for more. You know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the point of that is that anime was expensive. It was just gonna sell some, but it was a short thing. And anyway, I was getting off into the weeds. So, but yeah, you weren't into anime, but it was recommended to you by someone, I guess an active viewer, and it was like, we definitely want to. Were you familiar with J-pop?
So I've heard the name BABYMETAL, but I've never heard a song. I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know anything about them. I think I've seen their name on like a festival one time. Maybe it was like Ozfest or something. And that was like my first time seeing the name, but it never like struck me to check them out.
Okay.
Until I started doing reactions.
Okay.
So I think it was, I was doing the warning, and then I was doing.
Oh wow. Okay.
I did quite a bit of Bandmade before I got the BABYMETAL introduction.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Bandmade fans pointed out BABYMETAL.
Oh, really? Like in a good way or a bad way?
No, good way. Everything has been so positive in the community, and that's what I love most about it. We're building such a great community, and it's freaking awesome.
That's really good to hear. I mean, sometimes I'll hear things from I don't want to say Bandmade community, because there's always people who don't like something that are also in the same fandom, and you'll get that sometimes for Bandmade. Some guys, it depends on who you ask, where they may not like BABYMETAL, might be a thing, and I get that sometimes. I hear that sometimes. Like sometimes there's not an overlap, but sometimes there is, and I was curious too, if you had been exposed to Japanese metal before and also J-pop, because I had that exposure, which is why like BABYMETAL was like not a surprise to me exactly, because I was familiar with Japanese metal and also familiar with J-pop a little bit, to where when I heard the girls sing, that it wasn't like I wasn't like like disgusted or sick, like, oh my god, this is cringe, or no, I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. This is what I was looking for. Where has it been all my life?
There's definitely a different breed out there.
yeah, right. But
they're coming in full force.
You mentioned The Warning. That's the band I just now started getting into, and
I saw that.
And that's a stream for another time, okay? But that is a really good band. It has
that is an amazing band. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
but I just got in the. Sorry to interrupt you. There was a Patreon request for a K-pop or J-pop. I think it's K-pop. Now, how different is K-pop from J-pop?
Okay. I've listened to some J-pop and to some K-pop.
Is there a huge difference?
Yeah, there's a difference. There is a difference there. With the K-pop, I've noticed there's a lot more like Western elements, like rap elements, like hip hop stuff. Like you'll kind of see that, but it also depends on the K-pop group you're listening to. With the J-pop, it seems more poppy, like more like bubbly, like just oozing happiness and joy.
Just happiness.
It's weird. It's like, then again, I'm thinking of like man, this was the J-pop group I was thinking of. Conquistador, something Conquistador. I can't I forget the name of that group, but yeah, everything they do is so like positive.
Okay, so that's the main difference.
That's what I noticed.
That's anyway. A good difference to have.
Yeah, I would say. So, what was the first song that got you into BABYMETAL?
Um, so honestly, the first song I heard was Monochrome, and it was different. It was so different that, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like amazing to me. It wasn't it was just different enough, and that's what I liked about it. It was super. I think I did Monochrome, and then right after I did Papaya, and
Oh,
Papaya was the song that I should have been introduced to.
yeah.
But Monochrome was still really good, in its own way.
Hmm.
And I think he's in your chat, Nacho. He mentioned that the newer baby metal songs aren't necessarily up to par with their old. I'm not sure. I think the only new song I've heard is Monochrome, so I can't speak on that myself. But he wanted me to mention that
Mm.
and get your opinion on it.
Up to par, I wouldn't use that phrasing. I mean, some people would, and that's fine. To each their own. It's subjective, but I would say it is different. It is more. It's not as poppy. It's far from that. Like Papa Yaw is very punchy, very lively. Papa Yaw is a good song. I love Papa Yaw. Some people don't like it though.
Yeah, that's a great
Some people,
song.
like some people like, I guess, the more metal side of baby metal. I have actually grown to enjoy the more poppy side of baby metal. Like I still like Karate and
I haven't heard that one yet.
that's a classic. I still like Karate and Road of Resistance, but there's a part of me that really likes Dada Dance and Papa Ya, Doki Doki Morning. I mean, or Ein. I mean, those are really fun songs. Awadawa Fever, man, really fun, poppy, fun songs with a lot of electronic elements into it. I like that. Then again, I'm still a fan of like industrial metal. So anytime you have like distorted guitars and you have it layered with like ear candy, like electronica stuff, it's just great. I love that so much. Okay.
Yeah, I love industrial. I love the heavy side of baby metal, and then you throw in the vocals, and it's just like happiness.
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot, especially like I think the my favorite songs by baby metal have to be probably Road to Resistance, just from what I've heard so far. Road to Resistance and probably, I don't know, Headbanger and Papaya.
Oh, Headbanger
But I
is really
haven't
good.
heard that many from baby metal.
Headbanger was one of my first songs. Like my first song was "Catch Me If You Can," the live version. Which have you heard that yet?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, okay, yeah. The live version is like the best way to go. Actually, honestly, all their songs, live version's the best way to go. Because you might get some additional sounds from the Kami band. You never know. It's like, oh wow, like Kaguru, like there was a point when I was familiar with Kaguru, but I wasn't familiar that like they had like their own like there was a special introduction for it when they play it live.
Huh.
It's really nice.
I mean, it's cool when bands do that.
Mm-hmm.
When that's like Ozzy's Crazy Train. There's a different live version for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I haven't seen Ozzy live. I need. Well, I guess there's a limited amount of time for me to do that, isn't there? I mean, how many years does that guy have, huh?
Yeah, I think his time's very limited.
Yeah, this might be the last year. Okay, you might have 2 more years, max.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So okay, you've been listening to him. So, what are some things you really like about baby metal?
So I like. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff to like. A lot of stuff to like. I like how unique they are. I haven't seen another band like them, really. You have the three girls. I'm still new to them, so I don't know all their names, but I know there's Moa and there's Sue. Not really sure who the other one is.
That's okay, because the other one, I talked about this earlier on the stream, it hasn't really been officially replaced. So it's like...
Oh, is she being replaced?
Well, no. Well, what happened was Yui Someone the chat can
Chewy.
correct me the exact time when it happened, but she collapsed in a live performance, and due to health issues, she left the group. It's pretty early on. I think it
Oh, that's
was.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean it's in a lot of people. Some of the, I guess I want to say a lot of people, a lot of the baby metal haters will quickly dismiss what the girls do, be like, oh, it's just singing, dancing. It's like you have no idea what you're talking about. I am just totally unhealthy, right? I smoke and I drink beer like a lot. And I most definitely cannot dance and sing for like 10 minutes straight. There's no way, okay? I can't do it for an hour. I'm not doing it for an hour. If I did it for an hour like they did, like we're talking about the dance they do, those girls
Yeah,
do,
the
I'd be
choreograph.
collapsing.
Yeah,
I'd be collapsing,
yeah.
okay? So,
They definitely have some energy and stamina, for sure.
yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true. But, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I like how unique they are. They're definitely different than anybody else out there. Um, you know what I don't like about them though. I'll just be flat out about it. It seems like the girls get all the credit. You know,
Mhm.
you have the commie band behind them, and of course, I don't know if they write the music, but they can sure as hell perform it.
Yeah.
I, why aren't they involved in posters? You know, it's just the girls. And that's the only thing I don't like about them.
Yeah. I hear that too.
What are your thoughts on that?
There's some guys who think that, um, it. I wish the common band was more involved. I wish they were. It'd be kind of nice.
Hmm.
If I could change that with Baby Metal, it would be to have it more, like they're more of a cohesive unit. Because right now, still what it is the common band are essentially session musicians. They could be replaced at rotation at any time, due to conflict issues, scheduling conflicts or whatever, which does happen.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's. I guess Koba's focus is that no, it's just the girls. We're just gonna focus on the girls, and that's it. And what I've noticed too is like they don't even write like the backing band is essentially just a backing band. They don't really write the music. It's all Koba and in-house
Oh, they
guys.
don't.
So the production is very much like the more you learn about it, the more it actually is very similar to like I guess pop bands in the States. I guess compared to like you can just think of a pop musician really, and there's a lot. But they will sometimes have a band that plays with them live, but the band is playing the song, sure, but they didn't write that song. But they play it. I mean, there's other Japanese groups that do that. I mean, it's not just a Japanese thing. Like I said, there's American pop groups that do that too. It's I wish they were more involved. Oh, is Cheesy still there? Wait, what happened? Okay, we're still live. Wait, did I lose him? Wait, I think I lost him. Wait, hold on. When I go to him, it's just doing this now. Something happened, I guess, to his connection. Yo, Cheesy, can you hear me? On the chat, why do either of you think Baby Metal isn't as well known in the U.S.? Well, they're catching on. They definitely are catching on. I mean, you got heavy metal magazines talking about them. Oh man, dang it! What happened to him? Oh, let me see if I get Cheesy back in. I gotta get Cheesy back in. Yeah, seems like connection was lost. I'll try to get Cheesy back in. Let me put this back on the screen here. Well, actually, hold on. In the event that I get Cheesy back in, I'll just do this. This is this is so weird. Okay. Oh, so why is nothing hasn't caught on yet? They're catching on. They're still catching on. So I believe was it Metal Galaxy that actually did chart in the US. So it chart pretty high. I think I think it was of course international. But it was it did chart pretty high. I think the chat could correct me there. Was Metal Galaxy's chart in the States. 2020 happened. Yeah. A lot of bands just kind of man, that was a bad year. Everything just put on pause. It was a bad time.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yes. Hey, how's it going, Cheesy?
How's it going? I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I don't know, man. You asked a really good question, and then I just gave a response that I wish the comedy band was more involved. Oh, wait, was that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I could hear you all the way up until you said, "Where is he at?"
Oh.
Yeah, so I was able to hear you. Yeah, you're saying I wish that the comedy band was still, more involved in the process and everything, in the promotions.
Okay. Oh, and I found it. U.S. top hard rock albums, Billboard, and U.S. top rock albums. Yeah. So top hard rock and top rock albums, they were number one for a little bit. They were number one. So that was back in when did Metal Galaxy come out? That was 2019. Wait, when, yeah, 2019. 2019. Okay. Anyway, before we were interrupted by the connection, is there anything else that that you don't really care so much about Babymetal? Like, not trying to, I guess try to fish out like some hot takes from you to enrage the chat and everything. But anything else?
No, I really don't. I really love their theatrical performance.
Oh yeah, that's
like
really
you
good.
said, seeing
It's
them
top-notch.
live is amazing. Yeah. I think if I heard, well, I did hear Monochrome as just audio, and I wasn't too into it. I was, but I wasn't.
Mm,
And then I heard Papaya, and I actually saw them. They're definitely a live band.
yeah. They
I don't
really
think
are,
they're
man. You
necessarily like the. Mhm.
So yeah, so when they start doing their shows, which I believe they're doing one today, actually, right now, as from what I heard from the chat, is like they're playing a live show now. Like we're gonna get that stuff. Like they're gonna probably put it in the videos because they do a lot of live videos. They aren't really live. There's just a lot of edits of them playing live and with the song over it or whatever. But
It's probably a couple shows.
yeah, it's gonna look really cool. That's gonna look really good. But
Yeah, I'm excited. As long as they don't get blocked.
I think you'll be okay. Yeah, that's something we have to deal with. Oh, do you deal with that a lot with Babymetal?
With Babymetal, yeah.
Oh,
I've tried doing the Babymetal reactor resource, and that one got blocked as well.
Oh wow.
And so, yeah, I mean it's only YouTube. They're getting blocked on.
Wow. So it's
I'm able to post it
actually
other
been a
places.
while since I've done a Babymetal reaction. Lately, what I've been doing because of blocks and really just to challenge myself on the commentary, which is hard because I'm not really a musician. I do something, and maybe people may not like it, but it's like I'm gonna spend like 10 minutes talking about the song anyway. Like if I could spend 10 minutes talking about the song after I've seen it, I'll just put I'll put like post reaction or reaction, whatever. Be like, look, I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm gonna be talking about it so in depth that there's no way I haven't seen it. I'm gonna talk about the song in so much detail. Okay, describe the music, describe how I felt, describe what I saw, describe how it moved me, that there's no way you could say that I didn't see it and that I'm just phoning it in because I'm going like all the way on, you know? So that's what I do now.
Yeah, you're going in depth of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way of doing it. That way your video doesn't get blocked.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
my way around that.
I've noticed that the... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's just my way around that.
Yeah, I've noticed that the Legend concert doesn't get blocked. There's another one too, I can't think of it. But normally I'll just, when it comes to baby metal, I'll record them. If they get blocked, they get blocked. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I could chop it up, but that's not a real first take, you know, or it's not a real full video. So
Yeah.
I'll post the real one somewhere else and let them do it. You know, they'll be able to see it there.
Yeah, I get you there. I did a reaction of Crossfaith, Omen, and it was blocked. So, in my commentary between when I paused is lost, but my commentary at the end is still there. I was like, well, what can I do? I'll just crop all that out and just there's my commentary. I mean, y'all can like it or not like it. I gotta work with what I have. You know, that's what I can really do.
And I think that's what happened to the monochrome video. So I do two videos or two songs reactions. I've always I didn't always do that, but I've been doing it lately. I did monochrome and I did Papaya.
Yeah.
And Papaya got blocked. So I edited it down to where it's just monochrome, but like the end comments were still there. So like there were some comments on the video like that wasn't super heavy, or like there were comments from my Papaya reaction infused in it. So it's, unless you saw the whole video, you wouldn't necessarily understand everything.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see how they could mess things up. Do you deal with a lot of that? I guess with the blocks and things.
The only blocks I've ever had so far have been baby metal.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Is my video working, by the way?
The screen's frozen. I mean,
yeah, that's what I noticed too.
I work with what I
just want
have.
to make sure.
I work with what I use, what I could use. That's kind of
it's not
my
working.
motto here. I guess maybe
I
maybe
always have technical issues.
Maybe you might be able to disable the camera and turn it back on. But either way.
Yeah, I just tried that.
Oh, okay.
Let me just try. Let's see.
There's a few Japanese kind of pop groups that they get blocked. They get blocked, and sometimes if they get blocked, they only get blocked in China. Other times they get blocked all the way through and through. All you know. But you work with what you can.
I mean, I get it.
And it's not like you don't really. Like I've noticed as doing reactions, nothing really gets monetized because it's all copyright claimed. Which I totally understand. It's their stuff. They have the right to do it, and I'm at their mercy, really. And so another thing I have found that I do is to every now and then do a video where I like explore the song in more detail. Maybe talk about some interesting things about the song that I found out maybe through interviews and things. That way, can kind of create content from it that's kind of more than what you'd get from, like, let's say a Wikipedia post or something, but also kind of cool. All right, you know?
Right. There we go. I think I fixed it.
So, yeah, being a reactor and doing that, have you found that to be a challenge to find ways to, I guess, make your channel kind of monetizable while also reacting to things that just get copyright claimed?
The bands that do monetize me are very generous, and the warning being one of them. They've removed every copyright off any of them. I'm not sure why they're so generous, but I think they believe that, you know, reactors are promoting their music and they want us to, you know, get it out there to even more people. So I think
Huh.
that may be a reason why. I heard their management's super nice and generous, so that could be why. Um, the
See,
winning's just been
I haven't even
awesome.
tried that.
Yeah.
I've my background in YouTube. I come from I guess I come from a very greasy sector. Cheesy, I'm not gonna lie about that. I used to do YouTube internet stuff, internet drama. That's that. Don't have to get into that. But I'm just saying, like, back and forth interaction with YouTube and getting them to like release any sort of claim. I just don't. It's like if it gets claimed, it gets claimed. Marty Metal, I think, quiz me. How many legend shows do you know of? I think I know of 2. I think there's more, right? There's a legend of, was it like 1996 or 7, which is Sue's birth year, right? Oh, that's a quiz.
Yeah, I think it was.
I just revealed I'm
that's
not
her
even a
birth
true
date.
fan. Yeah, her birthday. Yeah.
That's what I found out. Because I said, was this in 1997?
Oh, and Adam in the chat said, are there any American bands that would compare to BABYMETAL style? For style, there's actually one I could think of, and it's some of the chat may not like it. Have you ever heard of Poppy?
No.
Okay.
No.
She had
P-O-P-P-I?
Poppy. She had an album. I forgot what it was called. It's a recent. I think it was a recent one where she did try to, but it was influenced by BABYMETAL. You could tell. Like she tried to combine like pop, like American pop stuff, with like metal, and it was like Slipknot style, like hardcore, like metal stuff, and it kind of worked. It was cool. It was kind of cool. But some people didn't like it because like, oh, this is ripping off BABYMETAL. I was like, guys, she's having fun with it too. She's playing around with a blend of pop and metal. Like it's kind of a thing, you know. It's kind of cool. I want to see more of that. There's that, but
when it comes down to it, why wouldn't you want somebody to be influenced by one of your favorite bands?
right, yeah.
I mean, everybody has an influence from somebody,
Hmm?
and if they have a certain sound like your favorite band or whatnot, just give them a chance.
Right.
You know?
But for specific songs, with BABYMETAL, it's kind of like song by song because some songs sound like, because they change up like the metal style. Like Road of Resistance sounds like Dragon Force because it was written by Dragon Force, so it's very power metal, very
Was
fast.
it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you got stuff like Karate, which has like this nice groove to it. I always thought it kind of reminded me kind of.
I love groovy songs.
Yeah. It almost sounded like a sort of Dimebag Daryl sort of riff. It just.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. Maybe not a southern style, but kind of close. I like that groove to it. And then,
yeah, I can't think of any American bands that sound like BABYMETAL.
Yeah, you
as
a
whole.
Yeah, as a whole, no, there's not really any. Nothing.
No.
Nothing really.
Band, sure, but yeah, as far as a whole, no.
Right.
Not even close.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's why I like them so much.
Yeah. There's a lot of variety.
They're just so unique. You don't hear anything like that.
Definitely one of a kind there. Now, going to kind of shift gears here because I read into the community tab there about their course of BABYMETAL. But have you been listening to Love Bites? Are you familiar with Love Bites?
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. I love Love Bites.
Love Bites is really really good. I enjoy some Love Bites.
They are great. They're unbelievable.
So, Cheesy. How did we discover them? How did you discover Love Bites?
So same way. Being a reactor, I've never heard of them. I can't believe that I've never heard of them. Of course, I've heard bands like them. I've heard speed metal before. I've heard, the faster metal like Love Bites, and they kind of have like a Dragon Force vibe as well. I would say, they have more of a Dragon Force vibe than BABYMETAL for sure.
Oh yeah, A Road of Resistance is kind of like a unique song. There's nothing else that really sounds like that in BABYMETAL.
Yeah, from what I've heard.
Some people said Road of Resistance with Metal Kingdom, and I'm like, I don't know if you've heard Metal Kingdom, but I'm like,
I haven't heard
Uh,
Metal Kingdom.
like maybe like the tone of the song, sure, like the subject matter, but like there's like two different styles there. I'm like, well, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to split hairs here, but I don't feel like I am. It's like one's like power metal and really fast. The other one's kind of slow and chill and but very cinematic and very powerful in its own way. So
Yeah, I can see it being. I mean, I haven't heard Metal Kingdom, but I can't wait to see the video because I know it's going to be very theatrical. It's going to be just over the top, and I'm going to
yeah,
love it. I know it.
yeah. Right now, it's just an image. It's just a song. There's no real,
Oh,
no,
so
no
it's
real.
just audio.
Yeah, I think their music videos
That's
are
a
way
new
later.
song.
No, so Monochrome actually has more. Actually, Divine Attack and Monochrome have more visuals than the Metal Kingdom. I don't think there is a
Okay.
visual for Metal Kingdom. I think it's really just the image. Uh,
Hmm.
in that
So is it a
area,
newer song?
it is a newer song. It just released in that area. Baby Metal does seem kind of lacking as of late. It's kind of like what because even when they did Metal Galaxy, Distortion, and was it Ray of was it Ray of Light? That's not Ray of Light. What is the name of that song? Oh my god. Wasn't Shine. Starlight.
Mine was really nice.
Yeah,
Starlight too.
yeah.
Those
But
were great.
those music videos when they came out when Metal Galaxy before, yeah, I think before Metal Galaxy was released. Yeah, before they had something to it. They had something, even though it may not be a whole lot. They had some sort of visual, some sort of element there.
Maybe there was like a lyric video or something.
Uh,
I haven't seen the music videos. I've
I
only
think we
seen the
got
line.
we got more of that with this one, the other one, because
Mhm.
Starlight and Distortion, they weren't lyric music videos; they were just music videos. But the footage kind of seemed it wasn't. If you're expecting to see the girls and see something that was like okay, you're a fan of The Warning. You seen Warning's
Yep.
21 or 21st Century Blood, right? That music video.
The music video?
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
it's
Yes.
nothing compared to that. It's actually more like I don't know how to explain it. It's like for music video wise, like Baby Metal lately has been like kind of blah. It's like the best videos, live music videos, are the ones where they're like live and you get to see them play on stage, and that's where it's all about. That's where the energy's at, and I get that. But as far as music videos, like I think what Karate, Headbanger was a good one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that music video. I think all the videos I've seen by Baby Metal have been live, except for Monochrome. That was the lyric video.
Yeah. Yeah, some people,
So I have.
Christopher in the chat says Baby Metal's holding back on the visuals for a reason. Only the Fox God knows. That's right. Only the Fox God knows. That's right. That's right. Look, we're going back to
I
Baby
think
Metal.
they're using all the. I think they're using all the money instead of putting it to music videos. They're putting it in the live performance.
I would think so anyway. I would think so. I mean, 2020 was an interesting year. That was a testing year. And, I would imagine, I couldn't imagine them generating a lot of money during that time. So really, honestly, what I'm saying is I don't know how deep their wallet is now, their pockets are now. Probably, they're probably just managing too. Okay. I
Yep.
don't know. Could be wrong, but maybe there's a strategy involved is what I'm saying. But now on Love Bites, I mean, would you say you're a fan? Would you say you're a
Oh,
fan?
definitely,
Definitely a fan.
definitely. Oh yeah, I would say more than Baby Metal.
Or the Baby Metal. Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. That's
Yep.
fair.
I think I've heard probably more songs from Love Bites than Baby Metal, but I think Love Bites is more. I've heard other bands more like Love Bites, so I'm used to them,
Okay.
used to that style, I guess.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm curious too. So you said earlier you discovered band made before Baby Metal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
For
they
me,
were the second band. Yep.
Yeah, for me it was opposite. It was like BABYMETAL, then BAND-MAID, and then Love Bites. I discovered
Oh, really?
Love Bites after discovering BABYMETAL and BAND-MAID, and it was kind of by accident. I wasn't really looking for it, but it was the Shadow Maker video, and then Rising, was it. Rising
was a great song.
Yeah, it was, dude. I was impressed. I was wild. I was like, "Who are
Now,
these
how
goddesses?"
did you find out?
You know,
How did you find out about them?
How did I find out about them?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I was looking at Japanese metal, like female Japanese metal. After listening to BABYMETAL and BAND-MAID, I was kind of curious what else is out there. Saw Love Bites, saw Rising, clicked on it, and instantly won me over. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a short, simple story. But yeah,
Love Bites is a good band to just play any of one of their songs, at least any of the ones that I've heard, and you'll fall in love with them.
honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to say this to be like a number one fan, okay, or to appeal to like the chat, but I can't think of a song I like. There's some songs I may not like more than others. Or like, there's some songs I like more than others, I should say, but like I can't think of one that's like garbage bin worthy or something that would just like, like why did they even make this? I essentially what I'm saying is I like them all. I really do like them all, but of course I like some more than others. But with other bands, like
there's parts of songs that you may like more
right,
than this part of this song, or you think the vocals aren't as strong here, but they are here, or the guitar, or whatever it may be.
Exactly, and,
Yeah,
and coming
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, and coming from someone who, at one point I was a Metallica fan, and I'm still a Megadeth fan, and even with those bands, there's some songs I could be like, what were they thinking? These are horrible. There's a whole album. Both those bands, Megadeth and Metallica, both have a couple albums that were like, why did they even make this?
Yeah,
Love Bites.
I remember.
I haven't had a single song that was
Metallica.
that worthy. Okay, all right. Look, someone in the chat, what is the worst Love Bites song? Tell me the worst Love Bites song, and I guarantee you, it's still better than anything on Saint Anger. I hated Saint Anger.
I was gonna mention Saint Anger.
Reload. It's like, come on, man, stop it. What are they doing with this stuff? Oh, and
Saint Anger was garbage.
Like, what were they
It
doing?
really was.
It's just, we wanted to sound like a garage band. Okay, actually, you made it sound like shit. That's not a garage band sound. I don't know what you're talking about. I used to play guitar in the garage. It didn't sound like that. I don't know what the.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so what are some of your favorite Love Bites songs? And well, I guess initially when you first discovered them, what were the songs that won you over, and are they still your favorite?
I wouldn't say that the first ones are my favorite, but they definitely won me over. I think the very first song, like by the first verse, I think I was hooked. I can't think of what it was. I'd have to check my videos. But my favorite songs, I would say to date, probably A Frozen Serenade
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
and Break the Wall, and probably Swan Song.
Oh, Swan Song's good too.
Those ones.
That's
And then, of course, you have Rising. I mean, yeah, I haven't found a bad song.
yeah. See, once you mention one, it's like, oh, this song's good too. There's a song I was about to write off today. I was like, is this song really that good? And really, what it was, I was looking at the title of the song and kind of forgot about it. It was "Burden of Time," and I was listening to it. I was like,
I haven't heard that one.
why was I looking at this song like this? It was one of those things where it's been a while since I listened to it. I was looking at the title. I was like, "Burden of Time." Is this really that good of a song? And I was listening to it. I was like, man, this song's amazing. Like the starting isn't as strong as others, but man, when it goes. It has a nice groove to it. And then the solos, oh sweet. And there's a piano part where Miyako is playing piano and the guitar at the same time. There's a live studio version where you get to see it, where she's playing guitar in the keyboard. Well, she's kind of like, I don't know what you call it, but
Just hammering
on the guitar and then playing the keyboard with one hand. It's kind of nice. Still really
I'll have to
good.
check that out.
Yeah.
Burden of Time.
Burden of Time.
Okay. And you recommend the studio version?
Well, the live studio version, or actually just you need to watch it live too. That's fine.
Or the official live video?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, those would be my favorite, probably. I mean, they have so many. I've heard quite a bit now. Of course, there's many more to come. What do you think of the? Now, I haven't heard the new one. I already forgot the name, but the newest one I've heard is Judgment Day.
Oh yeah,
With the
Judgment
new
Day is
bassist.
amazing.
Yeah, I thought so too. Now, there's I really like the old bassist. Was it Fami?
Miho's the
Miho.
the former bassist.
Fami's the new one.
Fami's the new one. Fami is
I like Miho a lot.
very popular on YouTube. She kind of came from there. Really surprised that no one knew she auditioned, right? And she got it. It's like, oh, okay, all right. And I was familiar with Fami, but I didn't even know she was into metal at all. I had no idea. So it actually was like it came out from left field, but it was a good mix, as you heard from Judgment Day, which is a very powerful song, and it was like #1 on the Apple charts for a while. So it was holding strong, you know. And some people still
deserve it.
People like Judgment Day over what's the other song called? Oh my God, spacing out now.
Yeah, I haven't heard the new one. Maybe someone in the chat.
No, like my mind is breaking down. It's like I got dementia or something. Okay, my mind's breaking down. I was gonna call it "Seize the Fate." That's a name of song. Oh my God, I wasn't gonna do that anyway. Anyway, there was a question in the chat by Repo Bob. I'm going to ask you this: if you've heard the Rising acoustic version with only Asami and Miyako.
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
It's an acoustic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can find it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can. If not, someone can probably connect you with it. It's really good.
Let me write that down.
It's just Fami. Let's say Fami. It's just Asami and Miyako, and they're doing an acoustic version of Rising, and it's really good.
Okay.
I mean,
let me write down that.
Asami has a really good voice, really powerful voice.
Rising acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
All right, I'm gonna check some out here. Yeah, it is a really good song.
What are your favorite songs?
Oh,
I love Bites.
I got so many.
Would it be Rising?
Rising is a good one. Shadowmaker is a great one. Holy War, Judgment Day. And really, in the beginning, it was like Rising and the Shadowmaker. And then, as Hammer of Wrath, that's another good one. Thunder Vengeance.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah, right. Break the Wall. Scream for Me. I really like the bass line in that. It's really good. And that was Miho there. That's the one that starts off with a bass intro. There's only 2 songs as of right now that start off with a bass intro, and one was Miho's and another one was Fami's. So kind of interesting there. And then,
yeah, I think Scream for Me was. I think I saw the video where they're in a studio. They're like in a studio in a circle. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one.
I want to say yes on that. I think so. But there's live versions of that too where you could see it. And whenever you get a chance to see them live on stage like that, you see those videos, they're always so much better. It's so great. That's one thing I was gonna ask you too. I guess for Babymetal and Love Bites, like how do you have a preference versus like studio, or I should say, studio album versus live album?
As far as recording,
Yeah.
if it's the studio, I like both. But if
Okay.
it's a live album, I do like to hear it as the concert goes. Sometimes I don't have the pleasure of doing that, but if I had like a full album that was live,
Mm-hmm.
I'd listen to it start to finish for sure. Because that's how it's made to play.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I hear that and I'm thinking, well, I do like the studio recorded versions, like the studio albums. They are good. But then when I started, reacting to the live shows or the live shows, the concerts, and heard the quality of that sound and the mix, I was like, there definitely is a difference there. When people say the mix is different, and in this recorded version on the studio album, like you hear more of like maybe some like the keyboard or something else that's kind of like backing like in the mix or whatever.
Yeah, it's more prominent.
Yeah. Whereas in the live version, you hear more of the guitars and the drum and the bass, and it's like the backing stuff is almost like, can you hear it? Is it there? Just a little bit. So it's kind of like a preference of what you like. I say either way, you can't go wrong, but I do like the live version. Live version's better.
Yeah, I'd say I would too. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Because I do believe there's a lot of stuff that you can do in the studio, right? But if you can't do it live, why do it?
Right.
Now, there's a lot of bands that do put in DJ stuff and, a bunch of effects, but they'll use like a laptop live or they'll use backing tracks or something. And, I mean, the energy you get from a live performance is just phenomenal.
Right. And that's
depending on the band. So there's definitely bands that are only studio bands, and there's bands that are studio and live, and there's bands that are only live. They can't play in the studio.
That's true.
They can't play to a click track.
And while those bands do exist, I'm not really sure which bands those would be. When it comes to like, I guess I only know really a handful. Like, classic. I would think classic thrash. I'm thinking like bands like Megadeth and stuff or Testament. They're not playing to any really backing track. There might be something, but no.
Now in the recordings they'll have like 10 guitars, to build a guitar wall. But they can still play it live,
Oh, of course.
That's different.
Well,
than
they got
having
enhanced
some
sound,
keyboard effect and
yeah.
atmospheric.
Yeah. They're just enhancing that guitar. It'll make it sound even better. But
right, you have to build the wall. Yeah,
you build that wall. Break the Wall is another good song. I think we mentioned that. Break the Wall. That's
one of my favorites.
Let's see. Some other Love Bites questions here. So, do you have? Oh, I asked this before with Babymetal. So, what are some things you don't like about the band that you wish would change?
Of Love Bites?
For Love Bites.
Nothing. Honestly, nothing. I don't know if they tour the States, but I would love them to. So that's one thing I don't like because I haven't seen them live.
That's not a bad thing to complain about.
No.
Yeah. I
seriously don't have a single thing to dislike.
I really can't either. I was a little bit on the bandwagon of hating on their management when it seemed like their social media presence was kind of lackluster and stuff. But, at the same time, were you around? Or did you follow the Bases audition stuff and all that stuff was on blast?
I didn't.
Oh,
I think that was already going on by the time I found out about them. And then, especially since they already had a recording and a video, like probably 2-3 weeks into me finding out about them. So I was definitely after all that.
Yeah. Well, that happened. What they did is they pretty much blasted on Twitter and YouTube, I think Facebook too, and Instagram. Now look, they have an audition for bases. Anyone can submit it, and a lot of people were submitting it. It just created like this whole. It was great. There was a lot of energy behind it, and it was a good marketing strategy too, because it got people interested into the Love Bites that might have not really liked Love Bites. Maybe they like a particular basis that submitted something to Love Bites, and it was really cool. And then they kind of did that a little bit with Judgment Day, with the music video for that. There was a premiere, and they showed that off. They promoted it on Twitter.
That was a great video.
The band members promoted it. It was marketed around stuff. And then, the management also got, found that interview with was it Bay FM 90 something in Japan. It was pretty cool. I mean, so what I'm saying is I was on the bandwagon for a little bit on hating Victor Entertainment, I believe, is what they're called. But now I'm like, they seem to be doing all right for him. I mean, they're working. They're working for him. They're working with him, I should say. I guess some people want them to do better, and it seems like they're listening, though. It seems like they're paying attention, because one of the criticisms was that one of the biggest criticisms is that they're not really doing much on social media, for example. And then lately, not only was Fami doing the interview with that studio, or a radio show in Japan, but the management guy that works with him from Victor was with them too. Like, his face was out there. It is not the first time he's done that. So it was like, okay. And they kind of, it seemed like they were paying attention. It seemed like they know that, okay, people are saying that we're not really doing a whole lot when it comes to like social media stuff. So they kind of ramped it up a bit. Where there's been some behind the scene footages or photos of, let's say, Judgment Day, that music video. Because one of the complaints was, there's not any behind the scenes stuff, but now there's more of that. So
they're also trying to tease it,
Yeah.
getting people excited for the new bassist and new video, new song,
yeah.
new album, I'm sure. Well, new album comes out, is it the end of the month? Or is it already out?
No, it's not out yet. I think it is very soon, though.
Yeah, I think it's
we
soon.
should both have the release date memorized. How can we call ourselves fans when we don't have that release date? Okay, we're just phoning it in, man. We're just faking it. No, joking.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this time to look at some community posts. I guess I raise this question to people, and like, how did you find Love Bites and all that, and see what they said. I'm just going to choose a few here. There's quite a bit. I'll choose Repo Bob. He is familiar with this channel. And actually, you know what? Repo Bob's pretty cool. He followed this channel early on. And I'm going to say something, man. I told you this already. I guess the sector YouTube that I kind of came from is very greasy. Like, I don't know if you probably, I don't even want to mention names or anything. It's like internet drama. It doesn't even matter. But what I'll say is he was around when the Discord was like with those guys, and it was just bad. It was just bad, and I had to make a decision, and I made a decision. Anyway.
It sounds like you made the right decision.
Yeah, I did. Like, it started getting stupid. It got real stupid. Because that sector is all about upping the ante on like stupid stuff. It doesn't. I can't really get into it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. How much?
Yeah, we can talk about it another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, Cheesy, you seem like a very kind and trustworthy person. My experience on YouTube, I have become a very closed person. Like, I don't really trust anybody, really. But I've been taking my chances with reactors, and it's been good. It's been good. Okay.
It's good. I'm hoping that we have a good community out there, and it's you're adding to the community, and I'm adding to the community. Why not just make it a big community that's full of good reactors?
That's right. That's right. That's what
not
we should
just
do.
Reactors, but everyone that watches the videos, everyone that comments on the videos and points us to other bands. Just everyone be friends. It's just a place to talk music.
I like that. I like that idea. So Repo Bob says, I don't remember exactly when, but it is between late 2016, early 2017. I knew of Miho and Haruna from the Destros days. And as for the song, I knew I binged everything they had released at the moment, but no idea which song was first. And you know already Empty Daydream is my number one track from them. That's a good song. That's actually a very sad song. Have you ever heard Empty Daydream?
I think I've heard that one. I think so.
The
I
lyrics
think I've heard
in that,
all the E's.
yeah.
Is that one of the 3 E's?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the 3 E's.
Okay, so I've heard it. It's just not sticking out to me. I can't think of it right now.
What I like the most about them is even if they have their own sound, the old guy in me who listened to metal since the late 70s feels at home listening to them. The only thing that I can think of that I'm not in love with is the studio albums compared to the live ones. I'm not the biggest fan of the mixes. Having people work with Nightwish is great and all, but they treat Love Bites like it's Nightwish 2.0 sometimes and put the synth too high and the bass too low. That is why when Judgment Day came out and everyone was talking about a new sound was because of Fami. I did have reservations because Miho is just as good, if not better, than Fami. That might be considered a hot take. You know what? I like Repo Bob for that. I like his hot takes, and you know what? Sometimes he encourages me to make those takes. Cheesy. One time I did try to compare Bandmade to Love Bites. It was a stupid comparison. It was just for joke. I was like,
that can't be compared.
You can't really compare them. I wanted to challenge it though. I was like, could you How would it be to have Konami go against Miyako? Like, how would that work? Like, could they? I don't know. It was just a stupid thing, but I did it in a bombastic way, and it's kind of silly. But anyway, I'll say he goes on. He likes Fami better than Miho, and he says he listened. I guess he brings up the old Destro songs. It recommends them to see what he's talking about, so I'd have to check them out. But sadly, the mix in so many tracks had the bass so low you could barely hear it, and Miho felt like an afterthought for the mixers. That's also kind of true. That's why, like, when it came to the bass for Love Bites, I was kind of like, well, you don't really hear it that much except for times when you do.
Yeah, you really have to listen to it.
Yeah.
You really have to, or not listen to it, but listen for it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to like tone everything else out just to hear it. I did notice that, but I love the live mixing for those live videos. It's the engineer was phenomenal.
Yeah. See,
really
the live versions is where you can hear the bass a lot more, and that shows you that tells you like Repo Bob is right here, and in that regard. Okay, that was good. Let's see. Any comments in the chat? Repo Bob says, I still hate Victor Entertainment. Not having a translator during any live stream is just dropping the ball. Yeah, they could do better there. Need to do better. There's several Japanese bands that could use a translator because they do have Western fans. But Love Bites definitely, because they have a lot of Western fans. Okay? Have a lot of them. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't understand how I just found out about them.
All right. I mean, it's crazy how we do. It just, someone gives a recommendation and you kind of just follow through with it. It's like, oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, it leads you on this whole journey.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to like the monetizing and everything, I think Love Bites, BABYMETAL, Bandmade, those 3 have never took their copyrights off. So they've always been very forceful with their, monetization.
Yeah,
which is cool.
I would
it's
imagine
their song.
they
I can care less.
Like, I kind of already, like, when they claim it, I'm like, well, it's their material. I'm at their mercy, and I'll create my own kind of content from it, trying to find creative ways to do it. There's always like deep diving into a song. What I like doing is trying to get old interviews and see what the band members said about a song. Be like, okay, that's cool. Not just go to Wikipedia for some quick references. There's that, but then there's also the interviews and other interviews, and be like, oh, okay, they said this or they said
Yeah,
that.
I just got started getting into the interviews.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think I did one of BABYMETAL. I did one of what was the last one I just did? It was oh no, I did a Bandmade one first, and then I did BABYMETAL.
oh, PTB's and the Empire's in the chat too. That's right. Ketsune up, Ketsune up. Can you do a Ketsune up? Can you do a Ketsune up? Ketsune up. Is that it? That's it. Come on, come on. Okay. I'll read one more. I'll do two more comment or two more of the I guess the community response to this question, and feel free to add in if there's anything you want to add in as well, because I will definitely interject or add something to it. I'll do a short one here. Just grab one. The first one is from Carl Nito Wise. That looks German, so it's like Weiss. I'm not sure. I first heard them in 2021. It was Holy War. Oh yeah, what do you think about Holy War?
Yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah, it's really good, right? That's a good one, man. And they're still one of my guilty pleasures. I'm still amazed by the unison leads that Miyako. Oh, okay, the unison leads that Miyako Midori.
Yeah,
come
the
up
dual
with.
guitars.
Dude.
Yeah.
Just about every other song they have. I don't know how they do it so well. It's like even if you may not like the beginning of a song or a particular riff, that like one thing, it may not be as catchy as some of the other songs, but you wait for it for that solo part, because there's probably gonna be some amazing twin guitar work that's really just gonna blow you out of the water. You know, just amaze you. You know.
Yeah, and all their solos. I'm a fan of all their solos because they all fit the song. And that was one of my complaints to Bandmade, and I got a little bit of kickback from it, but it's the truth. I think that Bandmade, sometimes the solos are just to show off. They don't necessarily fit the song.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion, and that's what I got. I forgot where it was from, what song it was, but with Love Bites, the solos never feel out of place.
100%.
And that's one thing I love about it.
And you got to be honest.
And they're doing the dual guitars, the harmonizing, the badassness. Yeah.
And when you watch them live, and they go like they walk the stage, and it's so great when they do it in unison. They're playing, and the Midori and Miyako play off each other. It's so good. It's so amazing. And then Asami's there hyping them up, bouncing around. I mean, it's good.
She's a great frontwoman. She really is. Dude,
the only other person I would compare it to as frontwoman wise right now is Nemophila. Mayu. Oh man, she is. Have you seen them? Have you seen them yet?
I've seen them. I'm still new to all the names.
Oh,
okay. So it's good that you're saying them, so that gets in my mind.
The front
Nemophila
is the singer of Nemophila. She is also a very good hype woman. She will get that crowd going.
I don't think I've seen a live song yet.
Oh,
by them. I've seen music videos.
Okay, there's some live ones. You check it out. I'm pretty sure you'll see that. Okay, let's read some more of this here. It's just, I just wish Miyako would smile more often. She is so pretty when she does. Well, that's sexist. You're telling a woman that she has to smile? How dare you? I'm just joking. I actually, I do agree. She has a really nice smile, but I actually kind of like Miyako's kind of cold smirk. I love that. I see Midori as like she has that nice freaking smile. Like Midori's great. She looks like positive energy there. Miyako, I kind of see her as kind of like an ice queen, but that's probably wrong. I mean, I don't know.
Miyako's the one that plays the keyboard as well.
Yeah, she plays the keyboard
for the piano, or
yeah. She doesn't smile as much as the others, but she does.
She's almost like a statue.
Right?
I guess that would be one thing that I wish she would move around.
Oh,
be more energetic. But she's such a goddess, though.
Yeah, I mean, she's so hot. she's so amazing on stage. She doesn't have to move around. Okay, all right. They move around her. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Actually, I think she was pregnant during one of the live performances, and I think that's why she wasn't moving around so much.
Okay. I mean, that's a good excuse.
Yeah.
It's not even an excuse. That's you know,
Yeah. I mean,
don't move around. Just stay there.
yeah, just stay there.
Play.
Yeah, but I do like that though. And I married a woman who that was her first. The first look she gave me was not a smile. It was kind of like that cold smirk, like, "Okay, asshole, what do you want?" I was like, "I know what I want. I'm looking at you." and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I'm not that cliche, but in a way I am. It's you kind of read me right through. All right, we'll do one more. How you doing, Cheesy? You doing okay?
I'm doing good. I just need a little bit of water. So let's do
Okay.
this one more, then I'll get some water, then we'll keep going.
Okay. Let's choose. All right, 1 second. Oh, this one talks about BABYMETAL as well, so we'll do this one. Hey to Zillow. I see him in the chat quite often. Okay. He goes, "Oh yeah, I come from BABYMETAL, and once I had seen most of the stuff, I started to check out of this other bands. I already knew of Nemophilus since they've released the Megasune cover. At that point, I had barely started and had only Raite and Orion, I'm butchering these names here, singles release. I also tried Bandmade, but their music kept me bored." That's a hot take. Be careful about that one. No,
Yeah,
that's his
weird.
opinion. That's fair. When I saw a Mr. Rock and Roll Holy War reaction and thought, "Oh, let's check this other band," instantly hooked. It must have been January, February 2021 because they released "Glory to the World" shortly after. So his song, the song that got him in, was "Holy War." Holy War seems to be the song that gets people in. For me, it was "Rising." I mean, that was just amazing, but that's a good song. Good way to start.
Yeah, let me see what my first one was. I know it wasn't. I don't think it was Holy War. That was after a few. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Oh, it was Set the World on Fire and Raise Some Hell.
Oh, those are good songs. "Set the World on Fire" it really sets the tone. Like that, when that song starts,
I was hooked.
You know it's gonna be intense. There's gonna be no mercy. All right. It's like the beginning.
Yeah,
of
that was a great combo.
But yeah, I'll let you go get some water. I'll look at some questions in the chat, and then we'll talk some more.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. How are you guys doing, by the way? Are you liking this? Normally on Fridays, I would stream on the other channel, do horror stuff. I'm gonna say used to. For a longest time, I've been on YouTube for a long time. Not that you guys probably care. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. When I first started YouTube, it was like 10 years ago, and I was doing like skits regarding this Zombie Hunter, where my friends and I were in my backyard essentially, filming little skits, kind of like Channel Awesome in a way, inspired by that, and Freddie Wong. Oh, except not really special effects or anything, just muzzle flashes and things, you know. But yeah, I started there and did a horror publication for a little bit, and then tried to make the channel be kind of support that by reading horror stories and do a horror-centric podcast. And then that was pretty much the bulk of it. Then it got into drama around a particular has-been internet celebrity by the name of Ethan Ralph, and that's a whole thing. All right. But pretty much what I'm getting to is my former channel, my previous one, really just covered a lot of mostly horror stuff. And that's normally what I do on Friday nights. Talk about horror movies or talk about really true crime things or some weird stuff like weird things that people do that are kind of like fringe. Like what? Like things related to ghosts and things like that. It's a whole thing. I'm actually really enjoying this. This is really fun. This is really good. You know, been looking away to kind of. It's not like I want to forget what I used to do. It's just it's time to move on. Like I've been doing the horror stuff for a good while, and I don't really have the motivation to still do it. So I just move on. Otherwise, just kind of just phone it in. No one wants that.
Have you heard of Mr. Ballin?
Mr. Who?
Mr. Ballin on YouTube.
Mr. Ballin.
He does like scary stories, or he'll do just not live stories, but like true stories.
Oh,
it's pretty cool.
So then I probably have
They're
heard
usually like 20-30 minutes.
There's a few channels, like I think Creepy, Mr. Creepy or whatever, Creepypasta guy, whatever, that they read stories, horror stories or creepypasta stories. And I was doing that for a little bit too, and I mean, I suppose around October, around Halloween, I may do that some more, but I'd rather just kind of shoot the shit, talk about these bands I'm discovering, and yeah, just hang out with other reactors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's been a good time.
All right,
I appreciate you bringing me on.
No problem, man. And let's see if there's any questions in the chat here. By the way, if you have a specific question, just make sure you tag me. That way I could like see it outright. I could that really jumps out.
It makes it easier to find.
yeah. Not that it's moving fast or anything. Okay. Oh, hey, you in the chat says he's the opposite. Bandmade really excites him, but they haven't really fallen for Love Bites. And I do see that sometimes where I will see Bandmade fans say they don't really care so much about Love Bites and vice versa. And it's kind of like, okay. Like, for example, I do like Bandmade, but I'm more of a Love Bites fan. And I've made that known. I've made that known in several ways. Okay. All right. But I do like Bandmade. And there's some Bandmade songs that I really, really enjoy. And I've talked about them on this channel. And I mean every word of what I said. It's just, I just have a preference for ones a little bit more of my taste, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess I'm the same way. It's awesome to see Hey You here. That's awesome. Love Bites just, it speaks to me personally, more than Bandmade does. But Bandmade definitely has some killer songs, like Manners and No God.
Oh, yeah.
When I heard No God, that was amazing.
Yeah, they have some really good
And
songs
then,
like that. I mean, their front lady too. When she sings, I like the way she sounds. And every time, just about every Bandmade song, I feel like she's singing directly to me, even though I don't understand everything she's saying, because she kind of sings both in Japanese and English.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, whereas Asami's so high pitched sometimes, it's hard to understand everything she says. Sometimes it's like, I feel like when Asami sings, she's singing to a crowd of people, maybe to a crowd of knights, okay, to raise their morale for like a grand battle or something, okay? It's like she's singing like an opera. She's singing on a grand stage. But when, what's her name? Psyche, is that her name? From Bandmade, when she sings, I feel like she's singing directly. Saki. Okay, I feel like she's singing directly to me. Like,
it's definitely a different style.
Mm-hmm. But,
and like my favorite member is the drummer. I can't think of her name right now, but she is amazing to watch, and she smiles. And
she is a beast.
Just so contagious.
Akane or whatever. She is an absolute beast. She's an absolute beast. Yeah. And okay, there's a question from Repo Bob and PTB, or he says something. I was just say, well, Akane, when I got into Bandmade, there was a cover she did of Maximum the Hormones. I think the song's called Sandal. It was a really good drum beat, a really good drum pattern for it, and man, she was intense. It was intense. I just fell in love with that. But okay, so
she's a great drummer.
Repo Bob asked for Cheesy. He says that you need to check out Spellbound. Definitely need to check that out live because he's going to see Miyako play it live. Not only play it live, she's playing a guitar. I believe a guitar she plays there, and then she's smiling. Okay, she's moving around, pregnant, playing a guitar and smiling at the same time. Okay, so
that's amazing.
So, yeah, how many
Spellbound? Let me write that one down.
Definitely write it down, and I think. How many songs does Love Bites have where they actually break out the guitar? Is it just Spellbound? Because that song does have a unique sound to it. Nothing else really sounds like it.
I haven't heard one with the guitar yet, just the piano.
Yeah. Well, they break out a guitar. They actually have that in their arsenal there.
That's awesome.
Oh, Nacho mentioned Asterium. Asterium is a really good band. They have a lot of talent. I do enjoy them.
Asterium, I haven't heard of them.
They're really good. They are really good. Those kids are insanely talented.
Are you talking about Asterism?
Oh, is it Asterism? I thought it was.
Am I saying it wrong?
Well, they spelled
Maybe I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Asterim. I think it's Asterum. I don't know. Asterum. I'm probably mispronouncing it too. The product of I swear it's a college education. It may not sound like it, but I got a bachelor's in something. All right, I got a bachelor's.
Yeah, Asterism was amazing.
Yeah, those kids are insanely talented. But
and they're strictly instrumental.
That's the but. That's the but there. It's like I kind of wonder if they're holding them, if that's going to hold them back, because when I listen to them, I go like I can listen to this for a good while, but it's like it doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't.
You got to be in a mood for it.
Yeah, it's like background music, and that just shouldn't. I shouldn't say that about them because they're too talented to be background music, but.
Yeah, all three of them are super talented.
They are. They're really, really good. Really good. So I wonder what the chat would say about that. If it's holding them back, because they have the talent that, like, I would say they have the talent that Bandmate has for just the three kids. I mean they're extremely talented, but I think the thing that's setting them apart, holding them back, is that they don't have a singer. Sometimes you have to have a singer.
I think like that style though, and the instrumental, and how they're doing bass lead, they're doing guitar lead, like where are you gonna put vocals? You know what I mean? They'd have to like cut themselves way back and like just play more of a groovy feel, and then throw in just lead licks,
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
I want to be fact checked on or corrected on this. Like, what is the most popular commercially successful purely instrumental band? Like purely instrumental, like they don't sing anything. And like there's some groups where they're instrumental and they might get like a guest singer. I'm talking like they don't even do that. They just play instruments. I don't know. I can't really think of any. But I'm sure there's some.
Yeah,
there's two.
I was gonna say Devin Townsend, but he definitely sings. Joe Satriani, but I think he sings too. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to think of one. Asterism's the only one that I know of.
Right.
Again, I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Or I'm not sure where they would put the lyrics, where they put the singing, but if they could find someone that could catch up with them. That might,
or somebody just to chop up the song and like just make their own mix of it.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Oh, there's the London Symphony Orchestra. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's good. That was a good That's a good one. Let's see. So, hey, you said just waiting for Cheesy to do my request I sent him. Oh. Do you get
Which
that
one?
a lot? I'm not sure. Hey, you saying I guess they sent you a request and haven't gotten to it yet. I'm pretty bad on that too, to the point to where I think people
Hey,
just
use
stop
on
sending
the Patreon. Let me check the Patreon. Sorry, hey you. Let's see.
Oh, Repo Bob mentioned that Akane from Bandmate is a friend of Haruna from Love Bites. Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're both extremely good drummers. See, I know that was an insane comparison, but it would be cool to see Bandmate and Love Bites do a tour together. Like, if they were on the same bill, like that'd be cool. If they came to the States. I know it's like different styles. One's definitely more harder than the other, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, so Hey You wants there's he just showed me an Australian band, and then I did two older songs by them, and then he has a different Aussie band that he wants me to check out next.
Oh,
So those are
okay.
coming. Those are
Okay.
coming.
Well, that's good. You got to stay on it. That way you don't fall behind. I sometimes fall behind where it's like, I was distracted with my other channel for a good while, and I did fall behind quite a bit. It was kind of stupid. But lately, man, I've caught up now. I've got a schedule now. I don't know. I've got to ask you how you do things, because now it's just about every day there's a video. Every day there's a video. And sometimes it's actually now 2 videos. It's like maybe a short and a video. Shorts are a whole other thing, though. Sometimes they're kind of like a clip of something I've already done.
Yeah, I've been thinking about
something
doing
kinda
shorts.
unique. Yeah. I mean, YouTube will promote it. It's kind of what the machine wants. It's what YouTube wants. You feed it a short, and it could be something kind of. I mean, you're saying something in 15 or 60 seconds. It's not going to be really profound-ish. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking a reaction, maybe one that gets blocked, and then, putting that as a short. Of course, the Patreon will get it too,
that
but
would work.
but maybe like pieces of it, so
That-
at least they can see a part of it.
Yeah, that could possibly work there, because if you just show them that you like the song, whatever, thumbs up or whatever, whatever you can do as your reaction, and there you go.
Yeah. As far as a schedule, I was on a pretty good schedule where I was doing a video probably daily, especially when I first started. I was doing a video daily, and then I got to the point where, because I can only record at night.
Okay.
I have a 5-year-old that goes to bed at a certain time, and then that's when I get to record now.
Mhm.
And then I also have to edit it. So if I want it to go out that same night or the next morning, I have to record it and edit it.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing lately is recording it and then editing it a different night.
Okay.
But I also came down with a sickness like two weeks ago,
COVID?
and then I just hurt. I had a piece of COVID, yeah,
Okay.
and then so you can imagine how that went.
My
So
wife
there
had
was
it.
no
and my
recording during
son-
that part time.
Yeah, my wife had it. My son had it, but I've been lucky. Like, it has not even touched me, nor my daughter. It's crazy, right? When we live in the same house, like
Mhm.
I was sleeping right next to my wife when she was sick. She's like, "You shouldn't be doing this." Like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm extremely unhealthy, but yet for some reason, like, it don't touch me.
Yeah, the immune system. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I had that, and then I threw out my back on Saturday, Sunday. And then so this week's been super slow too, but I've been trying to get through certain videos. But I'm starting to feel better, so I'm hopefully gonna get back in the groove.
Well, that's good to hear.
But yeah, if you pulled up the Patreon, there's a list of just like, I don't know, 20, 30 songs.
Oh man, you know
I'm
what?
so backed up.
and I hate it when for me when it was like that. When people would send a lot of suggestions. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
honest, okay? It's how I know I'm being honest. It comes to a point if if it's stacking up. When I look at it, I'm like, this is starting to look like work, but it's not. And I shouldn't say that. Like, and then it's probably gonna be taken the wrong way. But it's like when it stacks up like that, it's like it becomes like a laundry list, like a to-do list, and that's no good for me or for them. So it's like just send me some, and I'll definitely get to it. But if I don't get to it right away, it's just because I don't want to just like churn out a bunch within a day and make it so like machine like. I want to give it time because of what I
Yeah, there's
found.
definitely a process.
Because what I found
Hmm.
when if I would do like 4 or 5 reactions a day, I would I'd catch myself kind of saying similar things about them, like, "Oh yeah, that was really good." And I was like, "Did I just say that about the previous one? Am I just like just being am I just parroting myself now?
You're
Can
on
I just
autopilot.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like when I look at that list, I get pretty excited, honestly. So I'm like, oh, I'm excited to see another song by them,
that's a
or
good
you
reaction.
know,
That's a good thing to say.
yeah,
That's a good thing. So
yeah,
you,
we got some good suggestions coming up.
now I'll get 0 suggestions. Be like, oh, he thinks it'll work, and now you'll get a lot more. But I'm just being honest. It's obviously still a send me some, but it's like, um, yeah, I don't want to be like a laundry list. Like what's happening
Yeah.
right now with the warning is great. I was like, right now I'm doing the warning. Um, kind of direct me where you want me to go, kind of. But I'm also gonna like start from the beginning, kind of work my way through. But in that was I like that. I like that process. And people had been, they sent some suggestions and recommendations, and I followed up on that. That was good.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good community, the winning community. I think all the communities have been the only time, and it's been really recent, is I just did a reaction to a band called Liliac. Li I'm forgetting
Liliac.
how to pronounce it. I think it's called Liliac, but I guess Liliac and the Warning communities bashed at one point, and
Oh,
so like I hate seeing them, kind of bashing each other. But at the same time, I'm here for the music. If they want to talk back and forth, they can. But I'm here for the music, and of course, I want everyone to get along. Everyone's here to talk music. That's all I want.
right, and that's how it should be. I
But you
mean,
can't stop everyone.
just talk
Yeah.
about the music, talk about what do you thought about the reaction, what do you think about the band. If you want to say yeah the band sucks, okay, fine. That's you could say it. I mean, sure, but
It was more about personalities.
oh,
Somebody said something about a Warning member, and yeah.
oh, okay, they got personal.
I hope that I think so. I think so. I can't remember, but there
Oh,
was
that's
something, or it was like the warning's gonna open up for Liliac instead of the other way around, or the Liliac will never open for the warning. It was something like that. It's like, when was that said? And have they grown from this? Have they learned from their mistake? They could have been really young. I don't know, but maybe like the ego's really high on them. I have no idea.
mm,
I've heard 2 songs.
win. Well, I'll probably
I
explore
don't
them
know much about the
eventually. Right now, I'm still on the
Yeah,
warning journey. I'll be on that for a good while. It looks like, and that's another thing too, because
good journey to be on.
when you do this, so do you change it up? You switch it out, like make sure you cover various bands at the same time, because I notice right now it's kind of like a theme. Right now it's like the warning. On my live streams, I make sure I talk about other things like Baby Metal, Bandmate, Love Bites, but my reactions lately have just been one band.
Yeah, so when I first started, I did one video, because I like all different genres of music. It was like a hip hop, it was a hip hop freestyler called Harry Mack, and I enjoy Harry Mack. And so, but then I was like, I got a rock background, I got a metal background. Let me just search. I just Googled uh hard rock reaction on YouTube, and it was a Warning Choke, the song Choke.
Oh wow,
And that's a
okay,
newer
that's a good
song.
one.
I didn't know it at the time, but that was my first introduction to the Warning. And I was like, I gotta hear more. And of course, like when I posted that, the Warning community came and they led me on the whole journey. And yeah, it was a good journey. I'm still on the journey. I still have more to hear.
All right, yeah,
But it's definitely cool, like their personalities and everything.
okay. So
Do
you
you
see,
have, I know we're here for Love Bites and, you know, Baby Metal, but do you have, what are your favorite Warning songs so far?
let's see. I listened to the first, the initial EP, and then the one after that. So good songs there. Let's see. I think off the top of my head, without looking at the songs in front of me, um, Copper Bullets is really good.
Uh-huh.
Escape, Escape the Mine. That's a really good song.
I don't think I've heard the song itself. I might have. Have to look back. Yeah. Have you heard
And
Psychotic yet?
21st Century Blood. That was a really good song. Amazing song. And great video.
Great video. I mean, it's so, yeah.
It's
That
a movie.
video.
I thought I was watching an episode of Breaking Bad. It was like the beginning.
Hmm.
Man, it was good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, when I first watched that video, it was hard to get through it because it's so true, and the imaging that they're putting off. Everyone's got blindfolds on, they're staring at their
Yeah,
phone,
there's a slave to
not
their
observant of anything.
social media,
And
getting a hit of
yeah,
dopamine every time they follow a like or whatever. Oh, and they're caught up in their own little worlds. They don't know
yeah,
anything really. They only know what's in their little
right,
world and their thing. You know, you gotta think about that. Right now, at this point, there's all sorts of live streams going on right now, right? With people caught up in all sorts of stuff. They're so important to them, but it's not important to us right now, right? Right now, we're just talking about this.
right.
No?
And all I can think about is, my 5-year-old. My 5-year-old's gonna grow up in this generation that's just stuck. You know,
Yeah,
he has an iPad or a phone, or man, it's scary.
it is. It is
It
pretty
really
scary.
is.
I mean, that it's like you try to limit. I mean, I've kids too. They're young. I try to limit their screen time and what they can do with it.
Hmm.
Like they once told me that they want a phone. It's like, no, you're not getting a phone. You're not getting a cell phone. You get a cell phone, it's gonna be a clam phone. All right, it's
Yeah.
it's gonna have one function. Okay, you call dad and mom. That's it. You need to call 911.
Hmm.
Call dad first. He'll relay the message. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just I
Yeah.
I
It's a
don't
scary
trust it.
time.
It is scary. It is scary stuff. But one of my last questions for you here, go start wrapping up. But this is really chill. I really enjoy
Hmm.
this. Is how do you stay so chill?
I don't know. I just
You're like the
I'm just myself.
chillest dude. You're like the
You know.
like you are the
You're
chill
pretty chill too.
dude.
So there's if anyone ever sees me out at a concert, it's gonna be a little different. Obviously, like in person's different. But I'm just sitting here, talking to a camera, watching a video, you know, listening to good music. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be, oh my yeah, going back to the over the top reactions.
Right? Which I'm gonna record one. All right. So when you see an overtop reaction on this video, it was inspired. It was let's see how overtop. I'm gonna
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm gonna pick, but like it can't be an overreaction to a song that would like justify it, like something from like Maximum the Hormone or something. It has to be like it's gonna be like a dull, boring song. I'm just oh my god, that's so amazing. Oh my god. I don't know. I can find it. I'll find it.
I'm trying to think of what song it could be.
I don't know. Oh, you know what? It doesn't have to be dull or boring. You know what? For this, I might choose a Bandmate song. I might choose one of their slower songs, one of their softer songs. But I like Bandmate. And you know what? And I'll tell you this, Cheesy, probably don't believe me, Maybe. I don't know. It sounds like I'm joking half the time when I talk about things, but I actually don't really enjoy triggering the bandmate people that much. Okay, I'm missing. It's not gonna be a bandmate song. It'll be something. I have an idea. It's like the name of the band is on the tip of my tongue, and I will react to their stuff. Something light, something soft. Be all bombastic.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see it.
Be cool. Anyway, yeah, yeah, man, it was good talking to you, Cheesy. It was good, and I like doing this thing, man. Oh, I was say, what was it like that I was reacting to a reactor? Because who does that?
I've never seen that before.
Right?
And
okay, did you think I was messing with you?
I think Nacho sent it to me. Nacho sent it.
Nacho's a good person.
And yeah, he's a great person. Nacho sent it, and then my moderator Aaron sent it.
Well, that's good.
And
I should have tagged you. I didn't know
videos.
How to tag at first. So yeah, I wasn't trying to mess with you. When I do that, I'm not trying to mess with anybody. I was just kind of fun, just like react to a reactor. Who does that?
Yeah, at first it was like a little
funny.
weird. I was like, what? And then like I watch it, I'm like, obviously you don't mean any harm by it. You don't, you know, you're not after me or anything. Obviously, we're here together
there is
right
that
now.
Worry,
so.
though. There is that kind of worry that what is he doing? Is he gonna mess with him? Like what's? Like I said, like the YouTube sector I'm from, when they do reactions, it's mean. Like before we part ways, Cheesy, and let me tell you something. The sector I'm from, they're very mean, very cruel to everybody. There's no love for anybody. They hate each other, and it's grimy, it's disgusting, it's horrible. I don't want that here.
Doesn't sound like a very good time.
No, it's not a good time. It's horrible. Okay.
So they just trolling each other, or
essentially just a community of trolls. They're just trolling each other for attention. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, that's another thing. Another reason why, I did this whole YouTube reacting thing is, I don't do things just for views. I'm not gonna listen to a song just because it gets a lot of views. It's really cool to, I want to do the suggestions. Right now, there's so many. It's not even funny. I can't even get to the regular YouTube comments because I have the Patreon, of course, and the Patreon list is, that 20, 30 songs. But then the YouTube comments is just, yeah. I had to stop writing things down because it got too long.
Hey, that's a good problem to have, though, right? That's a good problem.
But I still see them. Yeah, yeah. It's running itself, which is nice. It is nice not having to really think of what am I going to do, because we have the community. The community is going to lead me in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
They know what I like. They know, especially when it came to the warning. That was like my first journey on YouTube was the warning. And they knew what was going to get me. They knew that I liked breaks and songs, stuff like that. So it was they were pointing me all in the right direction. If you haven't seen the Queen of the Murder Scene,
I have not seen that yet.
The whole concert at CDMX, man, you got to watch that from start to finish.
The whole concert?
Oh, well, I mean, I did 3 songs at a time.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll show you it. CDMX.
I'm pretty sure they will.
It was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay. All right. I'll look forward to that. And
hang in there.
So I'll continue my journey on the warning. And yeah, man, Cheesy, it was good talking to you. This is good. I do want good things for the community. There might be one thing that might come up. And right when we're about to part ways, there's one more thing I want to say. I swear I'm not even drunk. I'm only 2 beers in. This is not even.
Me too.
There's one thing. There's one thing that might come up. It might pop up in your comment section or here. Okay. There's one thing I did that it wasn't even trying to cause a rift in the community. It was with the Gaijin guys. You know those guys?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Never heard of him.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just bring it up because I wasn't trying to do a divide or creating some problems. It was just I was concerned. I was concerned about fan made merch essentially, and maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe fan made merch is cool. Sure, fan made merch can be cool, I suppose. It's just when you're using like the band made, or when you're using like the band members' silhouette and their name, it might be kind of like, okay. I mean, you're selling a shirt with their name on it. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That was all. I mean, the guys are fine for the most part. I know. It's just that was it. I mean, I don't want any other issues. I'm not looking for any other issues, and I mean that. But people are like, oh no, you're just gonna cause problems. Like, I was just concerned about it. I was curious about it. I was like, what's going on with it? That's all. So
Did you make a video on this or something?
I did. There's 2 videos, and I was.
It's about fan merch.
Yeah. The first video I did was just off the cuff in the moment. So, I mean, maybe I said some things in the moment that were kind of like over the top, kind of overreaction. But, I mean, I didn't call me names. I don't know. May have said something, but, and then I did okay. So, I did a video where. See, I'm just digging myself a hole here. Jeez. I did a video where I kind of demonstrated how you can make one of their shirts by just grabbing a silhouette of Fami and writing Fami's name on it, or saying level up. All right, Fami leveled up with Love Bites. There you go. You got a shirt. You got Fami silhouette and you got level up. You can sell that. There you go. But some people are fine with that. If you're fine with that, you do you, man. You do you. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean,
Yeah, it's different. I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody wants to buy it, they're gonna buy it. It's
yeah.
the only like thing I see a problem with is, they should be buying from the band itself to, support them,
Right.
as opposed to creating their own fan made stuff. But I mean, it happens all the time.
It does. It happens a lot.
It's
And
a big problem. Yeah.
even with American bands, big bands, like, for example, if I wanted to sell a Metallica shirt, a fan made Metallica shirt, and it had a silhouette of James Hetfield and it said James Hetfield on it, I'm pretty sure if Metallica found out, they'd be like, no, you ain't doing that, But if they did, knowing how Metallica is, that'd just be no good. Okay.
Right. That'd be Lars up over there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Get a picture of Lars. Just use his image and put worst drummer. They say that about him all the time. Oh. Anyway.
I don't think he's the worst drummer, but he stays to 4/4. That's for sure.
Right. That's the one thing he knows.
It's the same timing. Yeah.
He's nothing like Haruna or Akani. Okay. Those chicks are lovely. Man, I could talk to you for hours, man. You're easy to talk to. You're so chill.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. And
That's awesome.
We got to wrap this up eventually. We're going to wrap it up now. Guys, this has been good. This has been great. I enjoyed this. Maybe we can do this every Friday. Not you every Friday, but like maybe we can reach out and invite somebody on. And I didn't mean that in a bad way when I said not you Friday. Okay, I was just saying, like, I'm sure it'd be a lot.
Of course. Yeah. I didn't take it bad.
Oh, that's a good shirt. Hey, you. Lars loves Napster. That shirt has to exist. That shirt has to exist. I want that shirt. I'll make that
Google
shirt. I will buy that shirt for like $30. Lars loves Napster. Okay.
Make a video on creating the shirt.
Yeah. I'll make a video about how to make it. I'll take Lars's face, put on the shirt. Just do emojis. Lars' face, heart, and then the Napster emoji. There you go. You got a shirt.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll make that shirt and sell my own.
Interesting.
All right. Let's see if they can shut down. Anyway, y'all take it easy, man. This has been great. This has been fun. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream down. Got this whole 90s look now. Anyway.
All right, then, man. It's been good.
All right. You take it easy.
You too.